One, let me know if you're seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 337. More of the ones them good. May have some little technical glitches and itches and them sitting them in the middle, I can't find it. And then something there. Yeah, sir. And thing. Right now, I let's check off the focus, Scotty blur. Me blur now. So I can't get that middle of ground. Oh, that's not bad. I'm going to edit black Scotty. Hey, pace me there. When I hear me go down clear and they sitting there, I see my audio monitor and then sitting there and thing. Me nice though. You nice?
Why next camera?
They didn't see nothing did they?
But just I said that.
You understand? If you come in at 7:35 and the stream starts 7:30.
Let's see, I'm here and talk to me.
Good night, peeps. Hope the ones are alright. This so I go on. Rosie, Dre, Nadine, all of the people, them, they and Jay, Simon. Pick up on the selfie though. You understand? Talk about something. So I have quite a few things to talk about tonight. I don't even know if I talk about the whole of them.
Quite
You understand? Because I can't bother with the foolishness in a John shop. I want to tell you, sis.
Nothing. Nothing. Don't ask me no question.
What? But that's true. I say I belly.
Good night, yes. Yeah, I'm
Scotty,
good.
you good? You
Yes,
good?
I'm good.
Shandy Dandy, Shandy Wagwan. Congratulations, that's all I'll say. I have nothing more to say about that. I hope all is well. I have seen a few things, but we don't really trouble people business like. Yeah, man, that go on. Omar, man, as you know, Kirk, go on. So the whole NCB wax mandate situation.
That's not it.
Well, yeah, look at things like go on.
No, Mr. Nowadays.
Zane and thing, why like right now in face, I'm look white tonight.
You're white every night.
No man, I'm white tonight, man. Okay. Yeah, this a camera nice. But I can't actually I'm not so focus. But I saw it go still. So there was a delay of the mandate because one brother decided to make it go. No, that was Digicel. Alright, the NCB.
No,
people
NCB, somebody can go court.
Digicel, somebody can go court.
Mm-hmm.
The NCB situation is that they meet with the staff rep union and then sitting there. So NCB further delays vax or test policy. So the National Commercial Bank, my place, has extended, and shares now do so well, extended the suspension of its vaccine or test policy to next Friday. And following a conciliatory meeting with its staff association and the Ministry of Labour and Social Security on Monday, I think reached for. The parties are expected to meet within 2 weeks to work out a solution to the company's new mandatory policy, which has been met with resistance by some staff members. NCB required the staff either take the COVID-19 vaccine or submit weekly negative polymers chain reaction tests, PCR, at their expense to the management or their unit. But so much money people in NCB, I mean. The bank said that in the event that an employee is unable to produce a current result, that employee will be unable to attend work. The company had said that the policy applied to both face-to-face and remote employees. So why would they affect remote employees? You have to be vaccinated if you talk to me on the phone line? Okay.
Remote cannot be an overreach.
On Wednesday, but I guess they must have probably for come and work eventually.
At some point in time.
On Wednesday, Staff Association President Paul Stewart told reporters that 80% of the employees across NCB Group have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. That's not bad.
How much percent?
80.
Oh, that's not bad, man. That's what the man could do.
It takes time. Everything in life just takes time. When some people don't have to make up their mind yet. Well, some people don't make up their mind yet. We have said to them, when responsible if anything wrong with the staff, when liable because we're forcing this thing on them, Stewart said. Now, vaccine manufacturers have sought the passage of legislation indemnifying them against civil litigation. So anything going on with it, just it's rough. Suggesting that hesitancy was not widespread. Stewart said that more than 400 people turned out at a recent vaccination drive at the bank's wellness center. So it is not a situation that people don't want to be vaccinated. Some of them are not ready. They have actually suspended the request for the test and virtually everything is on hold, he said. Now, NCB first communicated the policy to staff in a circular on October 12th, and the employees were required to share their vaccination cards with department heads by October 31. I love that, as proof that I'm vaccinated for my business and for my business, that they are either partially or fully vaccinated. I know you're going to say, but that's the truth. In a situation like that, you understand? I come in, oh yes, I'm vaccinated. But
So why you not just turn into HR? Not just like our ministry asked, remember the ministry did send out one document say if you're vax
Ministry-
as teachers.
Ministry for more from here, so.
It's the same thing. I guess boy you're not submitted to your HR.
You understand? So that's the situation. I don't even know the numbers in there today.
They never bad. 91, 170 something recoveries, 11 deaths I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
11 deaths are still enough dead, brother.
Mm-hmm. 175 recoveries and I think 91 cases. Kingston being the top runner.
Yeah. You want to know something kind of have a look at intuition?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Woman's intuition.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to keep that.
Alright.
Say, Christmas I keep.
Teacher then me just said to something that say out the door festive.
Because the Prime Minister said no more restrictions,
No
no
more
more
lockdowns.
lockdowns.
Out the door festive teacher.
So,
Me pass couple of party will have one.
guess what go on,
Tell me now.
The fourth wave shall beat you like a slave.
What sure?
Because, but I guess there at some point in time you have to move on with your life.
As him say now we are in the endemic stage of the pandemic.
So, it's in our hand.
So we will see.
On a very sad note, my good friend, I would think, journalist Kirk Wright is currently in hospital in stable condition after being stabbed multiple times, reportedly during a domestic dispute. I have not been furnished with the details of the situation or the circumstances surrounding the stabbing, because the information in the press currently is very limited, and as you know, I don't think you're in a position where you can answer him phone now and them something still.
Mm-hmm.
So me check up on him as soon as him phone up and running.
I hope that
And them something there. Journalist Kirk Wright stabbed in domestic dispute. Television journalist Kirk Wright from TVJ was stabbed multiple times Friday during a domestic incident at his home in St. Catherine. He's reportedly in stable condition, a good condition that considering all things. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And is awaiting surgery at hospital.
Mm-hmm.
The police are now involved. It is a domestic incident. The police visited his house today and collected statements. He's in stable condition and he drove himself to the hospital.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
So bad.
But surgery, no good neither.
No.
If you need surgery, it means
It almost means it's serious. Like
but you need surgery. I don't think nobody do surgery because they want to do surgery. You do surgery because there's a need for you to do surgery. No, tap a lot. Think about
No, but we get what you're saying. But then again, you know, him driving himself to the hospital said might not be no major surgery per se. You understand? Might be a minor thing. So hopefully.
Well, I hope so, but I'm stable. So, and as I was telling you earlier, the irony of it has not been lost on me. You know, seeing that the reporter has been reported on.
I hope everything is alright.
And again, it would be, he would have reported on probably similar incidents in the past, you know.
Times. Most.
Set away. Dexton, big up yourself and a father Fremantle. Hope all is well, you know. I appreciate the support, you know, above all things. And I also appreciate the contribution. You see me? So, I guess, hope all's well that ends well.
Mm-hmm.
And thing, I guess more details will emerge sooner rather than later. And then something there. Lawmen seek 2 more suspects in cops killing.
Yeah.
Trainee cops killing. Yeah.
That's the one
West. With Horn. Westmoreland police are searching for 2 more suspects in connection with Wednesday night's gruesome killing of trainee cop in Nagatown district in Wettorn. Head of the division, Superintendent Robert Gordon, told reporters that 2 men have already been held for the killing. Because they do land for one brother, they beat him like before the police reached.
Okay, that's good.
They were held Thursday following police investigations. However, he gave no details about the 2 other suspects on the lawman's radar. So the trainee cop, Constable Davon Brown, 25 years old, from the National Police College of Jamaica, was assigned on internship to the Manchester Division. Gordon said the police are looking at several motives. He said because of the delicate stage of the investigations, he is unable to say much more. Several motives.
You know I'm going it.
You know, I'm not sure.
I'm not training.
I'm not sure, no. I'm not sure how that part of the work out. If invested in it, couldn't tell me. I don't know. Or call me or one of them, I don't know. But, yeah. If you're not good as know, I don't see. You man know all things. So there, right. So as we do further investigations, we should be at a place to say more, the parish top cop said. Now, police reported that Brown, who is from the district, was at an establishment when he was pounced upon by a gunman and shot several times. He was later pronounced dead. Brown's death came just 6 days after another constable, Okino Horton, was found shot to death inside a vehicle in Mona, St. Andrew. And now, a state of public emergency was imposed in Westmoreland on Sunday.
I don't know exactly where we get the state.
Enough place.
Know
Westmoreland, St. James, St. Catherine North, Kingston Central, Kingston West, and Kingston East. All our police division them in Kingston, they look like.
The whole island.
You understand? And about 6 of them, man, about 5 or 6 division on that SOE. What do you think about it?
And I'm not asking if you think it.
To a level, yes. Shorter. Whilst you have instances where people are killed within the SOEs and near checkpoints and everything. I think it kind of, makes some man lay low or take with themselves for a while. However, the SOEs are not forever. So the S is a short-term thing. It's a short-term. It's a band-aid. And that is a problem. Band-aid over sore foot. Take a broke out, fester, right now. You see me? So that's a part of the thing. So while there may be short-term gains over the long run, you can't sustain it. Because the guns them, you're not finding guns them. I talk about NCB already, you're late, man. You come to school after me don't teach. You see me? So, look, most crimes in Jamaica, violent crimes, are committed using the gun. Guns keep coming here. So if guns keep coming in and you're not getting rid of the ones that existed before, then what do you think I got? The man is going to walk into the police station and give the police them gun. Like how Ninja gave them thing gonna stay.
As I said that we watch one Reggae Splash or something like that, 119 with Beanie and Ninja a clash.
Oh, them clash all about it.
They
love
say
it.
Ingy Adams is good.
Oh yeah.
And Ninja say, I know one of them.
I know one of them.
2 of them.
Easy
way. Some of you do about it crime though, sir. It get out of control. Are it out of control?
No man, crime has been out of control.
It is, I don't know.
You see me? I don't in my time being able to analyze and understand things, I don't know if there was ever a point in my lifetime that crime was under control.
Never.
Whilst the murder figures may have been a little bit less than they are now, in my lifetime, crime has never been under control.
Never.
But the worst part of it is that it keeps getting worse. Yes, and more people keep dying. The gruesomeness of the crime.
In all these umpteen years.
Color half years ago.
In all these umpteen years we have been on this earth. It has never been under control.
The camera around there, so I do a video around there. I'm not going to put it back. I'm take up.
I can.
So, I don't go on. Humble man, thanks for the contribution, my brother. Stay humble. Appreciate the support.
It's a good spot that really. The police know what.
Dog, but that is his policy. The police know what happened to the train. Neighbors dog, but goat. That is. Yes, I'm more than, well, I mean, I'm not really get into that because you know anybody can say anything. So I wait for the official thing.
Mm-hmm.
The brother say investigation at a delicate state. So when
make it finish.
Then we say something. So me wait for that. What thanks, DeAndre? So I don't know. Well, Mrs. Right, so them add some more. Them add more personnel to the Coast Guard recently. Them purchase more Coast Guard vessel. Them purchase surveillance aircraft. There was a plane, a long range plane, and a couple of helicopters about 2 years ago. More vehicles are being added to the police force. So I not say nothing not there no more. Zane. But based on what the thing there, the things that may happen small compared to where things there. The pace at which the thing are going slow compared to where thing there, brother. You understand? Right now with the SOE them, all the man them do, I just meds out the checkpoints them, observe.
Also move and manipulate.
And still walk in go kill man. You understand and walk out. I remember them know it turf thing, you know, so all of them look us up there. So you know what thing go. And thing. And therefore. And so I don't know. Ramalo, stop spam the stream for me now, please. And thanks. But send the message a million years ago, brother. So that now gonna make you interview them happen.
Good night, Jackie.
If them for happen, then will happen, brother.
Good night, Walter.
Blessings. Walter and James are a good name, man.
Okay.
I know I told them, man.
I say that to everybody. That's your go-to phrase.
It's a good name.
a big
name.
Yeah.
But the man keep at just a spam pump.
Yeah.
If he do it one more time, I block him. And right, so that's the situation.
I think I'm rich.
So I hope that. Why am I not know my hope, sir? I just hope for a better Jamaica, yeah, man.
Why?
I don't know what it's going to look like or sound like or when it's going to happen.
I don't know.
You see me?
I don't know. To be honest with you.
But rough.
Teacher more rough.
Right now, it come like a competition, the man them depend for who can kill the most people.
Then here when that man testimony said it was a bragging thing, who have the most of people on ice.
Me read it, man. Me read all like, me read that. Me know everything when I go on in the trial and I just look, you know me, so me work have a certain energy and vibration. And if my spirit say no, I just leave some things and just move on. So that's the thing there. You see me? And thing. Teaching. Well, the government have a big role to play. We as citizens have a bigger role to play. My mother was murdered in 1980 while I was there as a baby. So a long time ago. But my condolences, Dwayne. I'm sorry to hear about your mom. And thing. Yeah, man. We said that many times, brother. We always say that we can't wait on the government or the police to fix the thing, every law-abiding, well-thinking Jamaican citizen have to play a part. Our mindset has to change, our psyche have to change, the way we view things have to change. You understand? You can't do the same thing over and over and expect a different outcome. You understand? So, and the next thing about it has taken decades to reach here. It will take probably even a longer time
to
stabilize.
Some semblance of normalcy.
But I don't know Rasta.
And then a few lifetimes still.
But I just want a better country for me youth than grow up in and then when I grow up in. That's all. I mean, I appreciate that. I don't ask so much, You understand? Policeman accused of scamming, granted. So then this is a part of the problem I get. Corrupt politicians, corrupt police officers, corruption. Corruption is the leading cause of crime anywhere in the area.
Okay.
You understand? And that's where most crimes start from. Corruption.
Okay.
Bail in the sum of $800,000 with surety was offered to 33-year-old police constable Michael Carson when he appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court. He is facing charges of being in possession of identity information and larceny. Evidence. Allegations are that following a sting operation in the Portmore St. Catherine area this month, Carson was found in possession of credit card device, along with other documents not belonging to him, in furtherance of what is believed to be a scamming operation. In applying for a bail, Queen's Counsel Peter Champagny told the court that his client strongly denies the allegations. I mean, why not?
No, Sammy.
Champagny argued that it was unfortunate that his client was not interviewed by the police after the arrest, as he was prepared to render full cooperation with a perfectly good explanation for the items said to have been in his possession.
Oh, I hear this.
Carson, who is attached to the Narcotics Division, has been ordered to return to court on December 20, just for Christmas light.
How old is he?
33.
More I hear it, the explanation. That me know I hear. It's going to be good, I'm sure.
Peter at work, man. Them at work, man, I think a chicken man come for jerk.
It's going to be good, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I try to get a little sharp about it. Alright. Me want to focus. Me work for that. You're nice at me.
See you there.
No, me I say you're nice at me generally, so you for sharp like. St. Thomas man gets 15 years in prison for incest.
Maybe that's it.
What about it?
When you get 15 years, you stop, well, 6 years, a little run concurrently.
Do you know what I say? Sometimes I run daddy.
Tired of it.
Hey, but it could then be 6 or 6 and you run concurrently. So you must still have to serve longer and shorter one you must serve. I understand when you ask still, but you have to give thanks to small mercies.
You serve 15 and then serve 6 now.
Yeah, so then for run consecutively. But you know our justice system now. I have never seen
any
multiple convictions run consecutively.
Me
always
either.
concurrent. A Jamaica me either.
No, me
Always
tell me either.
concurrently. They love the word.
No.
Are their favorite word. A St. Thomas man who pleaded guilty, well, he pleaded guilty to Scotty. So you know, he might get 150% discount, like when you go Bashko. A St. Thomas man, yeah man, I buy things at Bashko one time. It's a start in you know, life. You just have to start life, you have to get the things when they're affordable life. You know what I think? I sent him buy some curtain on there one time and some sheet. Then they last long still, but then they cover a wooden on the bed then for a while. You know what I think?
It's a good thing.
Yeah man. A St. Thomas man, one of my painting over.
A Bashka?
Yeah man. One of them painting. That painting is not a bad painting. I painted them now for about 10 years. I'm here to mash you up.
You
climb up in that chair
I'm going to be
I lift you up. So, a St. Thomas man who pleaded guilty to 4 counts of incest. 4? Bombard. You forget more. Was sentenced to 15 years imprisonment at hard labor. What they do with hard labor about that these days?
No, it's not cut grass.
For sure.
No.
And then man, they shouldn't have patch the road and then sitting there and clean the street side and then things.
Take me and look at it.
Yeah, I can't take you off going on, but go on, man. Why? If I laugh, I laugh. So a St. Thomas man who pleaded guilty to 4 counts of incest was sentenced to 15 years imprisonment at hard labor when he appeared before the St. Thomas Circuit Court on Thursday. The man who was charged in July of 2019 was sentenced to 6 years imprisonment for incest and 15 years for having sexual intercourse with a person under the age of 16. He will not be eligible for parole until he has served 10 years. His sentences will run concurrently, and his name is to be entered into the sex offender registry. Andrew Spence, pick up yourself in a broski. What go on? Zane. Empress Kanaika, how are you? Empress Sabine, blessings. Sophie, what go on? 4 counts and incest, that means I want a family, I want to have his daughter. Then if you get more years, even though I'm plead guilty plea isn't easy. Mm. Jaja. But you have to take it in strides here, sir. Cause I say some man they not serve no time. For the crime. So I don't know how I go on. Take it in strides. Cause I say good as worse. Sean Cole, blessings. Stepson denied bail in Low Garwood murder case. So Javon Garwood, who is charged in connection with the January murder of banker Andrea Low Garwood at a church in Falmouth, Trelawney, was denied bail when he appeared in the parish's circuit court yesterday. So attorney at law Kadeen Coleman made an unsuccessful bail application on behalf of Garwood, the victim's 30-year-old stepson, before presiding judge Andrea Pettigrew Collins. My lady, despite what the crown has told the court, it all boils down to circumstantial evidence. Coleman said. All that was presented does not point to my client not being worthy of being offered bail. I didn't sit there go on that court. She read character references from a justice of the peace and a minister of religion, and a former boss of her client, but the judge denied the application. Just a minute, guys. Hear me, G. What go on? We have to go chat because I kind of stream you now still. I just want to know you're good. Alright. Don't worry about it, man. We can talk more tomorrow. Alright, brother. Blessings. Yeah, peeps. Sorry about that. Thanks. Which I'm there now. Stream a buffer. It's a buffer zone. I say me good like pan phone sign like? But so she read character references from a justice of the peace and a minister of religion and a former boss of her client, but the judge denied the application. The judge did not give Coleman a full response when asked why her client was denied bail. The judge promised to provide a written response. Now on Monday, Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn said that her office would be opposing the bail application. Dwight Bingham, who is also facing charges in the matter, did not have legal representation when he appeared in court on Monday. Wow. The court was told that legal aid counsel Jermaine Campbell had been assigned to his case. However, Campbell did not make it to court as he reportedly had car trouble on his way from Kingston and had to abandon the trip. Garwood and Bingham, who are charged with murder and conspiracy to murder, among other charges, are to return to court on February 21st next year. Good stretch. The third accused in the case, Leon Hines, who drove the getaway car from the murder scene, pleaded guilty to his part in the commission of the crime in the Home Circuit Court in Kingston in March and was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Georgia. Yeah, man, we talked about Kirk earlier, But it was the second topic, K9. Let me finish this first and let me talk to you. So the third accused, so one man did plead guilty and he must serve 6 years. He was a getaway driver. So Low Garwood was worshipping at the Agape Christian Fellowship Church at approximately 10:30 a.m. on January 31st when a man reportedly walked into the church and took a seat behind her. He later pulled a handgun and opened fire, hitting her several times in the head and upper body before escaping in a waiting motor car. Yeah, man. So that's the situation with Garwood denied bail in connection to the murder of his stepmom. K9, so Kirk is in hospital in stable condition. He was awaiting surgery. I'm not sure if surgery is on the way or it has been completed. He was stabbed multiple times reportedly during a domestic dispute. However, he was able to drive himself to the hospital and things. So we hope for a speedy recovery. We hope that surgery will be successful and we hope that the general will be okay soon. You understand? Really out in a real life. You see me? So that's the thing there. See? Them people say I have to verify, say I'm me. Yeah, man, I'm stable bogle. Oh, you say no? iPhone 12 on a Panasonic.
Yeah, and that is something different.
Then, I know me. Well, then something for the yesterday, you know. Yeah, man, me have it, man. What you mean? Yeah.
I'll ask you who stop Kirk.
Me don't know. Yeah, man, I mean, man. Empress Hudson, thanks so much for the contribution, my dear. Hope all is well. Big up yourself. You remember Miss Winsome? Okay. So, I'm just do that, dog.
Sweet out.
It's a
Sweet
TikTok.
round.
Yeah, man. Sean Cole, I don't know. It says a domestic dispute family. Domestic no means just your girlfriend or your boyfriend. It can be your brother, your sister, your uncle, or you understand? So I don't know. I really don't know the details.
But you know, people are to automatically jump to conclusion.
Naturally.
Say it's
In female.
or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But speedy recovery.
Yeah, man. I guess I'm probably can give him a call tomorrow and see what he's on. You don't know it, go.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean a laugh. I true, I don't know who Sean. Then this is like, I don't hear that part. Marcia Chin, prominent businesswoman in Mandeville. She was murdered last year, I think. Two of the men who were arrested and charged has been freed.
Oh.
Freed.
What?
And then one more, I think, then transferred him case to Kingston. Where the location that he was stopped.
We don't know that neither.
And yard, man.
Yeah, but we don't know the location.
Oh, that, I know this. Me don't know that either. But I don't know, say yard. But I think that's what you mean. Like, if I'm on the road and yard. Then I couldn't go say that. Not that I know where Kirk lives still, but, you understand? Two accused in killing of Marcia Chin. Chin Yu, freed. Yeah,
and what guns were they freed?
Them never reading how many read yet.
Oh.
Two of the three people were charged with murder in relation to the November 20 stabbing of 63-year-old businesswoman Marcia Chin Yu were freed in court. Shaquille Perkins, a carpenter of Woodlawn Crescent, and Zoe Forrest, a businesswoman of Oakland Drive, were freed following submissions by the attorneys in the Manchester Parish Court. However, Dwayne Brown, a security firm manager who is also Forrester's spouse, was re-offered bail in the sum of $800,000 to appear in the Manchester Circuit Court on January 26. I see. Queen's Counsel Peter Champagny, who represented the couple, told reporters that Senior Parish Court Judge John Time, somebody with surname like that out there, ruled that there was no case against Perkins and Forrest. In respect of Mr. Brown, the court ruled that there's a case and it has been transferred to the Circuit Court for the January sitting. It's a case moved from Mandeville to Circuit Court, you understand? But people don't make no issue of them things, so nobody not dead in a transmission, you understand? So I think. So Attorney at Law Marcus Greenwood said that he made an application to the court for Perkins not to be committed to the Circuit Court due to a complete lack of evidence. Really? And Chinny was found by neighbors with stab wounds on the night of November 26, 2020 in her motor car. The car was parked in the driveway of her home in the upscale Ingleside community in Mandeville.
Ingleside, a nice community.
So, no CCTV camera or nothing. Okay, if you know drive, well, depends. I drive here, but that's long. And almost like up in the up, like the yard, part. You understand? Yeah, so me say Ingleside nice. One document.
Ignore that.
Prisoner among 4 more charged with carrying on quadruple murder. You remember the murder that was one man where 2 youth plead guilty already, man. But a man went in a prison, then charge him to know. Among 3 others.
Okay.
Right. A Manchester man now serving a 42-year prison sentence is among 4 men charged with the home invasion killing of 4 members of a Clarendon family in September. Derek Azan, Derek the spell different, was charged with 4 counts of murder in connection with the quadruple killing that made national headlines.
Azan get charged?
If Azan get charged?
Me say is that Azan?
Okay, right. Dane Anderson, Clifton Wilson, Raheem Kennedy are the other men charged with killing Michael Solomon, 25 years old, and his common law partner Sharona White, 25, Sharona's sister Tasharna White, 33, and the White's nephew, Luke Newman, 19 years old, in the community of Havana Heights on September 12th. Two men, Andre Bennett and Oral Richards, have already pleaded guilty to murder and illegal possession of firearm for their roles in the killing and were each ordered to serve at least 20 years in prison. Prosecutors acknowledged that Bennett and Richards were armed with guns but did not fire their weapons. And they get 20 years. Good. Should I get more? Hassan was convicted in 2014 for a shooting at a police team in Manchester in 2012 and sentenced to 35 years in prison for shooting with intent, 15 years for illegal possession of firearm, and 10 years for illegal possession of ammunition. So them there on concurrent line. The 35-year sentence was cut in half by the Court of Appeal in a decision handed down in July last year. Oh. Hassan, Anderson, Wilson, and Kennedy were scheduled to appear before the Home Circuit Court sometime in the week via video link after the Director of Public Prosecution used a voluntary bill of indictment to have the case bypass the parish court. However, Anderson, Wilson, and Kennedy refused to appear on camera. Court officials disclosed.
Right.
I couldn't tell you. Hassan, during his appearance, asked presiding Judge Justice Vinette Graham Allen to indicate why he was before the court. Them say you're charged with murder, Graham Allen responded, holding up the indictment and reading out the allegations. The case has been adjourned until November 24th, about Tuesday. Pathways International Restoration. It's not that pathway. As a teacher, as a grade 11 supervisor, coordinator, big wig, senior teacher, like. That's funny.
Don't mix
You
me up.
attack.
Don't mix
Knowing
me
say
up.
you them, you normally plan our graduation and these things. You understand? The ministry dropped a bomb recently suggesting that there will be no more fifth form graduation and students will proceed to a mandatory grade 12 sixth form situation. What are your views?
You know, honestly, I haven't read anything concerning it.
Me no ask about that. Me I tell you what me I
I
talk
have
about.
only heard. Me
I'm
can't-
here left my door.
Sir, it's two way. One, use them Bailey vehicle. Keep me in above the waters for grade level.
Right.
Right? You're looking at their financial situation. Some of them at grade level, you literally have to be doing all you can to keep them for the grade level year. If you say, alright, it's soon finished.
Mm-hmm.
I know the grade level year is pretty short, in my mind at least. And no, for sure next year upon them teacher, mandatory year. This
A
is
one
what
or
I
two?
think.
And a 2 year
Alright.
sixth form.
A two, it seems. I think it, as usual, it should be something, it's a choice.
Like
So-
it is now.
Yes. So you come up to grade level, you do your C6 at grade level, and if you so choose, you continue to grade 12 or grade 13. Whether you're doing a traditional sixth form or you're doing the new pathway sixth form that they have. It should be your choice. It shouldn't be a mandatory thing.
Right.
Because in my mind, I'm saying, all right, the big examining body is CSEC, right? Remember I was saying to you, are they going to expand
No, that
CSEC
not
into the
happen.
third year?
I think there will be a greater focus on
Skill?
skills.
Me not think it will be mandatory, sir. It should be a choice. So if I come to grade level past my CXCs, me supposed to graduate and go and about my business if I want to go on.
But I mean, I listen to you, you realize I'm not understanding, I'm not listening, but this is my thing. Most schools that I know currently struggle with spacing and resources
Don't even go there.
for the current population, yeah? Even schools with sixth form.
Yes.
That's why sixth form is an application. And in
Because
some
you
schools,
only can take
interview
a
thing
certain
and such.
amount of them. You can't take everybody.
How now will a sixth form accommodate
The full 200, said 250.
No, and then now the grade 11 at our place of work would be very small compared to some grade 11s.
Because at somebody that I know school, grade 11 is like 500 in population or more. So is it that we're going to get infrastructure to do this mandatory?
From where?
And if we're getting infrastructure for some school, where are you going to place this new infrastructure? Where are you going to place this new building?
On top of a building. Man.
The old building were built for 1901.
But and not only that.
I don't think it should have been mandatory. It's just my humble opinion. Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. I think it should have been as it is now. As a parent or as a child, we have a discussion and we decide that, all right, you finish grade 11, now you can do 6th form.
Right.
It shouldn't be mandatory.
Let me add something further to that.
I not even remember the resource, the infrastructure part of it. So where are we going to put them? When you have 250 students that have to leave grade 11 and go to grade 12, all of them are over in a grade 12. And you still have that 250 coming back into grade 11, plus all the other grades where you have 250, 300. Where are we going to stop them? Unless them all sitting on them one another lap. The space not the feet.
Well, separate and apart from that, I have my child. 5 years in high school. That 2 years, I have this thing. That Mr. 6 form doesn't make no sense. Because this is my thing. While I was studying, Zane, when I was in teachers college, I was the only student in my group, probably one or two other, who never do 6 form. I always ask them, then I want to do a 6 form because, I only shouldn't run off a thing. Because grade 11 barely struggle through and scrape a mini pass to get to a couple subjects and then sit there. I want to go 6 form at some big bright school. Like, me not see it.
I'm sorry, I don't want it to be.
And why, I mean, I say 6 form now it's place.
Yes, we don't want nobody
for those who want to go to 6 form and who are qualified to go to 6 form, fine. But 6 form not for everybody. Is the 6 form going to look the same way like how it look now? Because I know school where you have to have at least 6, 7 subjects.
So going and 6 form,
math and English included, grade 1 or 2 for go 6 form. 6 form are a big thing in some.
That's why I say I haven't read the article. I am not sure. So I'm just commenting on a broad base. Is it free? Because if it's mandatory, then it must
don't
be free.
move. Freedom, so there's no job for the youth, so they try to keep them in school longer. So when they keep them in school longer, where will be the jobs available after them left school? So that don't make no sense, family. You understand? Why I understand so some youths after they leave school, them not ready yet. So them youth there, you provide something specific for them. If my child finish grade 11 and get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 subjects, I want to go to university, me if you keep them back 2 years in the high school, and them can't go to university, that don't make no sense. So whilst you have some youths who still need some time, so fine, you create a program for them.
It's fine
but
for
you can't come tell me now.
Because, sir, you have youths, even before this grade 12, whatever came in, we're at the end of grade 11, your sister them not ready for out of road yet. And they come to you with them parents and say, this is what has happened. Can I do a second year in grade 11? And based on the circumstances, repeats were given. So if you see where the child needs it, then you supply it. But you have a mandatory hold me back. As you say, you have a child and the child get him 7 subject at grade level. Why?
University, college, the 2 year there.
I think it should have been a choice, sir. Not mandatory.
Somebody said G and physics at Cape level, which is fine. But you normally choose the subject that you want to do a 6 form, man. You know, just
not everything you do.
Right. No, so I explain that to that person. So that is why people who qualify to go 6 form go 6 form. Zane. So I understand that they are probably trying to catch some youths that will become unattached and now go to school and not engage in a way make me get that. But you cannot tell a parent whose child is in a position that they can matriculate into university that they need to spend 2 more years. mandatorily in a high
I
school.
don't like a mandatory part.
See? And having been, no man, colleges will continue same way, man. You go always have youth that go to college after them do them 2 years. Added to that, the resource constraints and lack thereof. And I always say this thing, when the ministry comes and speaks, they speak as if there isn't at least 22,000+ teachers in the country who in the system and know say a lie them a tell. Me always try to figure out, like, they no remember say teacher there, like, and administrators there will live
I heard it.
in the system and know all the something go.
I heard it. I haven't read anything. A justification that I've heard, and some people might look at it from that point, is that it's the same way the education system stopped at grade 9 before, and then the additional 2 years came into play. I'm fine. I take that. But what I'm saying, sir, at the end of grade 9, you weren't fully competent for the world or to go into a tertiary institution.
Right.
Now that we have taken on the examining body of CSEC, and the syllabus, as you know, runs for 2 years, 10, 9, 10 and 11.
Yeah.
At the end of grade 11, when you have proven yourself, sir, you get your subjects. I don't think I feel like it's a punishment setting for you.
I don't think it's a punishment setting. What I think is that it hasn't been thought out properly.
As I say, it should be a choice. There are students that right now make glad feed for them. Come on and go over there, go catch look more what they didn't get before.
So facilitate those students.
So I am glad for them. And some of them, I'm glad say they have grade 13 too. So what they didn't get at 11 and 12, 13 and 12 in most aspects seems to be geared towards the skill areas.
Right.
I love that, Mr. Williams. Because right now, I should have a skill like plumbing and then somebody. I make a few dollars. Fine. But no mandatory.
There's no school in the country where it's no good students. Every school have students who pass quite a few subjects every single year. You understand? So, and for the purpose of clarity, we're not saying
yes, please, because it seems
we're not saying that there is.
It doesn't have purpose.
And benefit some people, but we're saying you cannot tell a high performing child's parents to say, yo, me I'll keep your youth have to stay at school 2 more years. When the youth could then go finish university in a 3 year and start their life and start add productivity to the country.
Not mandatory. I don't think it should be mandatory.
You understand? You go tell them, say, yo, you can't graduate. You know how much youth, them greatest memory in them life is graduating from high school. So whilst there is a need to treat with students who do not leave high school traditionally after CSEC with any form of subject or ability to move forward, you create, similar to them CAPS thing where Ruel, Reid and him friend them rob up with money. Something that is structured and organized and with the students' best interest in mind, and not Henry Morgan and Natty Morgan to supervise it and deal with that. This program is just a next scheme for some people in our ministry make some money. You heard it here first.
It should have been mandatory. Choice. You decide if I want to go over to grade 12 and when I go do a grade 12. We shouldn't just bungle up and go a grade 12. That don't make no sense to me. And as I say, maybe I'm me fool.
No man, I'm not saying you're contradicting in a samba. I am just addressing the statement that you made. You're answering a question and I respond to the question. You understand? Teacher, be careful. Be careful of what, brother? Be careful of what? Brother, here what go on, man. When it come on to that,
disparity between 6 and K, very wide.
Me not have no whisper for whisper, man. And I have to be careful about.
Some of them
do what they want.
In the 6th form.
Yeah, son.
And so them are going to lose. Because, the truth is this. If you have a population at grade 7, 300 students coming in at grade 7, as the years goes on, it becomes less. Sometimes when it gets to grade 9, you get a couple more coming in on the grade 9 achievement test.
Right. And that in itself a garbage too.
But then
Because
grade 10 comes along.
you don't miss it come from grade 9 achievement test, brother. In my experience, continue.
But remember, those students would have been students that didn't pass GSAT, you know.
Right.
Well, when it was GSAT. So you know that you're getting a little value added coming from not being able to be successful in GSAT.
All I'm saying is grade 9 achievement is a foolishness, but go on.
But then no, so there comes grade 10. Right? Grade 10 you lose a couple more youths then. May I tell you by the reach grade 11 you struggle to keep them, you know. Because now all different things are pulled them in all different areas. So you know literally a struggle to say, no man, you reach this far, you soon reach the end of the road. Just finish up, get your certificate. So you at least have papers to say you complete your high school years. Because a lot of places now me see them ask for your school leaving certificate. But now if you got through next 2 year pandemic mandatory.
Grade 9 achievement test makes no sense, vocal. Why? Because when you reach grade 9, and if you left grade 9, I'm going to find somewhere to put you. So not like a test determine nothing in your life.
Me not agree with that. Because sometimes you were not ready at grade 6. When the test come, I just never hear time. And I have seen where students come in at grade 9 and excel.
Coming from grade 9 achievement test, I have never seen
I have
it.
seen that. Students coming in
I
at
never have
grade
the
9
experience.
and does well. Sometimes it is that maybe when GSAT came around, something was happening, and that just kick you out of what you should have been doing.
You ever see a grade 9 achievement test?
I've never seen the test.
Okay.
I've never seen the test.
Okay.
But I've seen students that come in on it, sir, who would have been very poor. And I've also seen students who have come in on it who would have done well.
Well, I guess we never have the experience then.
Well.
I don't know.
There are people who come in and do well on it.
Look, the education sector has to be transformed, but transformation is one. But nonsensical transformation don't make no sense. Because the
I
nonsensical.
think we do some knee-jerk reaction sometimes on like, you know, in a moment when my man and him when they do Archimedes, they say Eureka, you just jump up and come up with an idea and just push it out. That is my problem. I think we need to sit down and
Let me ask you a question. Sorry. You knew about the pathways thing coming on stream?
Which this?
Yes.
No, when we
Was
hear,
the
when
you
we
know
hear
of any
it,
consultation?
not that
Alright,
I
no,
but sir, remember I am a small fish way down.
No man, but you're grade 11 supervisor, so
No, man.
something would then reach you somewhere along the line.
I didn't hear about it until I think when it reached the articles. I think I did some here first.
Right, and I mean I say, as a stakeholder and I think, you don't hear nothing about it until you hear it in the press.
But
that is the point that I'm making.
So normally as teachers we don't hear it till you reach her.
Your principal have you had any discussion with your principal about it?
No, I haven't had such discussions.
As a grade 11 supervisor, I mean, encourage you to do that still, but because it will invariably affect your role as a supervisor, seeing that is a transitional year. To the 6 on.
When I reach grade 11, I just put them over 12.
So you're medzi? Okay.
So graduation will now fall on grade 12.
Yeah.
Or 13. We share them say graduation of the kid.
I not follow them up now. This I think they have stepped back on the graduation thing, you know.
Oh, so graduation I'll keep
You want to look so. Then I tell you what me hear. Then I'm write the policy.
12 or 13, sir.
So now you have to deal with it.
Yes, sir. You think I look at it for work?
Despite claims by the National Parent Teachers Association of Jamaica that there has been no recent consultation on the controversial sixth form pathways program, the Ministry of Education has insisted that sensitization sessions have been conducted by schools, not the one that I work. We have been having a series of discussions. I can't say that we have engaged all our parents, but we have what we call ongoing discussions with key stakeholders who sit at our table
people didn't care.
It's a Prince Valiant. You shall with the table? And we have been speaking with those persons concerning the rollout of this initiative. Acting Chief Education Officer Dr. Kassan Troop said in response to reporters' queries at a post-cabinet press briefing on Wednesday. Oh, that says something easy, but they can
So,
say.
what part they did number that we did?
Wait, no, man, you can't, then we can't read everything one time. You have to read it paragraph by paragraph, brother. Troop also said that the ministry has grounded its pathways decision on audits of public high schools and the private institutions that will absorb the students. And the government schools cannot accommodate. So they must say, whilst there's no room in some schools, some private institutions, like over, me not say at them one end, but me I talk like in a Capias, you know, like places like out the Idle and then place there and then place there and then place there and money miss up and then sitting there like, right, it just reek of that. I don't know. We have conducted our space audits in the high schools and we also extended it to our tertiary institutions. And that is why we are able to come up with the idea of the off-site opportunities for our boys and girls, Troop said. Even as she assured principals that the ministry would be working with them to address space limitations through partnerships with 10 public and 24 private tertiary institutions. However, President of the Jamaica Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, Linvern Wright, is contending that the ministry has not conducted any such audit of schools to determine whether schools had the space or resources to run the now compulsory program.
Me believe him.
Then him nobody need to tell me all of this. We feel that an audit of the space in high school should have been done so that if we are going to increase the numbers we have at sixth form, we know how we are going to accommodate those students. The lack of that audit has taken us by surprise. He noted, as an example, a lack of equipment in some schools to accommodate the students under Pathway 3 of the initiative, who will be exposed to industrial, same like similar in Pathways 1, 2, and 3. You know. And you know the problems.
So all right are not keep, you know.
Right. No, not it couldn't be keep. You understand? No, I understand and I appreciate that. But again, many of these students would have been doing those skills from grade 7 to grade 11. Right. So it's not like this is something brand new. There will be no But all right, let me continue.
Skills are the long time.
He suggested that the ministry take a targeted look at schools that are resource in particular areas and are able to offer specialized programs. But do not force traditional schools to change and do things that they might not be able to do given their resources. Then you have a ESA teachers this and teachers that. One Clarendon principal was still uneasy when reporters sought a reaction to Troop's statement. If you are advancing the program and we still have not had a meeting with those partners, when are we going to meet them? But them say they meet and them are... Alright, never mind. Zin, the principal who did not wish to be named, so the pathway is being pitched to bolster the educational attainment and occupational readiness of students by integrating the career advancement program CAP and the occupational associate degrees into the sixth form program. I promise you that if this comes online 5-6 years down the road, we'll be having a conversation where the same thing will happen with Maritime and the ministry and Capias and this and that. I got into that something. Yeah.
But now wait for hear about it. Now wait for hear the especially the schools with limited resources. How is it we have a...
You know, yes, them have a half-side place.
Which part outside? In Canel?
I don't know, I tell you what the people them say deaf. I don't mean write the news and I only share it. Yeah, you come like the people in the comment section.
I must see that Canel. We are going to put them. Swimming not going to be what I
You want me to lie for myself, I can't tell you what I don't know.
Swimming not going to be what I skill.
There's a petition, online petition, to get this thing reversed.
We need to sign it.
But them say, it don't make no sense because it is not on the government petition portal. That's funny.
Next
I change
story.
that arc in the pan.
Next story.
You understand? So, the junior minister of education said, really make no sense.
Who
Sure.
Brother Morgan?
Yes. Kind of up on the right place. But you all go on with that 6-1 thing there.
I want to
The
think
pin
about
them,
you.
no,
I
man.
want to think about you and come.
The pin them not go.
Them not go. But me and you know say them not
Scotty,
go.
the pity them not doing what? Them not going there.
Me and you know say them not go.
Unless them are all parents accountable.
And they have never been
legally.
doing that. They have never been doing that. They have never been doing that. So we do what gonna happen. Then now go man, quick and fast.
Brother, you then not go grade 11.
Then now go. When them a left grade 11, I say, miss, you know, say I hate this. Now come back.
Whilst a few youths will go in. Majority of the youths them
Sir,
not going.
and the youths them
that
will
be
not go.
certain.
I youths them will not go from before.
So it's like they don't know what go on. Look here. I've always said that. You see the people them in education, they don't know what go on in education. No, they don't know.
And that's why I think they need to consult with persons that are on the
They
ground.
don't know.
Talk to one and two
How
teacher
do you
when
have
they are
people in
governed
education where don't have no experience in education?
Never teach a day.
But then again, the education minister not so long ago was a principal, and look at how that turned out well. I soon come to him.
They need to, parents don't have no more. Ay, Lord. That thing, me feel say them all pull this back, man. Just give them look at time for
I mean, like how them are going to extend Ruel leave.
no, man. Then I see say,
The government reject it. But the first information did say get it. So me very confused.
Me don't know which chess game them a play,
but soon get down to that.
one chess game a play.
Yes, Ian. So I can move on. I didn't think say I go on about ya. Speak. You say you know Archers was a part of CAP, yes. And look here. Like
Me see the article, they move on and
see, because right now, I don't even know. It's a very long article, but
why?
more friends. Some other things.
Okay.
You know no good liar?
Yeah.
Alright, anytime you do anything, my liar link.
Champagne. Oh, if me know as you know,
Yeah.
not criminal liar.
Me no, tell us a criminal liar, me look here, so me not
Me
criminal.
know one good real estate liar.
Okay. So,
Oh.
the liar them sort of weird. Attorney Danfoot loses appeal against disbarment.
Oh, you get this part?
Yeah, man, Danfoot foot big in a legal field. And man, they represent some holy people.
So, hold on, teacher. Full question.
I had a full answer.
Hold on. So, you tell me, say you go to law school.
7 years.
10 years. Pay millions.
Yeah.
And then the council can tell us say you're not a liar no more.
Yeah, man. So just like how they can tell us you can't be a doctor more. You know that?
Hey, me know say you can get kicked out. I want to make you get this back.
Then we got no. The Court of Appeal has upheld this was where it gone? A decision of the General Legal Counsel that Attorney at Law Don O. Foote be struck from the list of lawyers as authorized to practice in Jamaica.
Wow.
In December of 2019, the GLC found Foote guilty of professional misconduct and ordered that he be disbarred. GLC, you remember now? Foote, this is one another for politicians. General GPC, General Politician Council.
Everybody like it bar.
Yeah, man, ain't some new politician, man. Bar them like.
Okay.
Foote disagreed and took the matter to the appeals court on several grounds,
Naturally.
contending that the GLC acted with irregularity in the conduct of the proceedings before ordering his disbandment. Man, a lie is what you think. The attorney said he will immediately take the matter to the United Kingdom-based Privy Council, Jamaica's final appellate court. There is a concerted effort to take away my license. He also said he cannot get a fair hearing in Jamaica because of his views and the positions he take. We have a poor sense of justice in Jamaica. So when he get off in clients, them now see him justice system, he win them, you know, like, I don't understand. So when you win enough of a case, because I'm gonna win enough case, you know, I represent some whole heap of name people. Yeah, so when I tell them all of the Dodos lie and them people, they lie. Nah, man, he Foote big man. I tell us that Dan Foote not smart. See, you know, enough big name people. But I say, he win enough, so he did alright. I mean, win some case, but no, rough. You understand? I'm sure what they are, so now. He said that long time. The disbarment arose from a complaint by a client that Foote underreported by $7 million. $7 million. I got as one court case for them money. The amount she was awarded following a lawsuit filed in the Supreme Court against a dentist.
Where dentist is that?
Pop out her teeth. I don't know what that is. The client had testified before the 3-member disciplinary panel of the GLC that Foote informed her that the award was $16 million. She said Foote deducted his fees from that amount. However, the woman said that a friend encouraged her to make checks, and she then discovered that the amount was $23 million. She said following the discovery, she was paid the balance minus $2.3 million in legal fees. Foote had denied under-reporting the settlement to the client. He maintained that she executed a document before a justice of the peace for the release and discharge of the money, indicating that she knew about the $23 million settlement by an insurance company. I want to her teeth, so.
Hey, me say, where dentist does a teacher?
Mama.
What a dentist there?
You're going to swallow your teeth.
Foote
said the discrepancy was the $7 million, which was deducted as legal costs. $7 million for legal costs, brother. And expenses which a client agreed to. He said the settlement was in relation to a tooth extraction. He had to send her several times abroad for a treatment at his own expense.
Okay.
So sure with documents, Mr. Foote, you should have those documents afoot. He said he had to pay for hotel fees and medical bills in the US.
And the amount is $7 million.
But even so, say, Mama, at 23 mil, but based on how you think go on, you owe me 7 mil.
But you must say she knows say 23 million because she signed the document where say a 23 million.
But obviously, him couldn't prove that in front of the GLC then, basically, or the appeal court.
But teacher, where dentist do her teeth, sir? If she get $23 million all these years, me go a dentist. I'm going to find a new dentist. They not do a dentist.
Be careful of what you look for.
I just said we could end up there. That's true with my luck.
See, it's a thing simple. So, Empress, see how I go on. At 23 mil, the thing settle. But based on the things that go down,
7 mil.
At 7 mil, the thing come up to.
And then you
still get a 16 mil. And you pay me, you owe me out of that. Because that's how the thing go. Zine, not say at 16 mil if at 23 mil, brother.
I'm saying.
You know the woman more than likely then say yes. Because she will get a 16 mil.
Is that nice money, that teacher?
For one teeth.
For one teeth. Enough teeth, me take out.
You take out enough teeth, brother?
I'm forget them out time.
I don't know, you say enough teeth to take out. I want even to brush your teeth and then.
Ah boy, the love of money is the root of all evil. Because I money that again. $7 billion.
But when me assess this, not for them liar make that have a one case. Depends on the case.
As you say, just up front say 23 million and 7. Because if him flyer go places to get treatment and him stand all them bill, it might reach that money there.
Alright, but teach them when a client retains an attorney, they usually sign a contingency agreement. If there are additional expenses, the attorney needs to show invoice. And that means so show your invoices them.
Okay.
You understand? I said that already enough in
yes,
so show with the bill, show with the invoices
them.
And put them in front of the GLC and the appeals court. So the man say a privy courts in there now. Queen's justice, man. Look, you know, justice look a bit
no,
out
stop. Like indetermination.
What else am I going to do?
Can you just take his teacher?
The man career.
I done.
But the thing is this, that's why I ask her, but if you don't want a good liar, like, can you see liar business here? You know, easy, you know. Enough man lose them fame and fortune because liar, you know. Liar sell man house, you know.
But no exist.
People are going to move bail if I can't take you out the house.
Yeah, but we have a co-worker with liar sell our house.
Really?
Yeah, man. All the girls couldn't turn up. Yeah.
So you tell me also I never see?
One, it's somebody. If she did must know him here, but it never work out, and she was going to report him to
JLC.
But him give her back the money.
Okay, enough of them don't give back the money.
No man, they didn't give her back the money. She did get back. Me sure she did get back her money.
Okay.
So it did just. I know one liar when you know it.
Me know a liar? I me hear about a liar.
Well, you would have heard about it.
Okay, because I don't want to tell people something on people, you know.
You would have heard about it.
Teach me some criminal liar.
I would like to see the JLC. Oh.
The JLC order.
I see you thing that though. He might go privy with him. He can't just take it so. Because as you said, it would mean the end of his career. So he might exhaust all means of. When he reaches us, if they ever tell him, say,
I hate that.
I hate that.
I think with the privy council in here, you like and go, you know. Don't know where you can't give it, you just like hope say.
You
You're going to Europe here because
there's no. A prayer while you're going.
There's no court about that.
You might not get what you're looking for.
Unless I'm going to look for the judge in a blacklist.
That's rough though.
I know a good liar.
$23 million enough money.
It's a good look of food. Can't buy one nice house for one nice hill.
One nice hill overlooking a nice view.
Nice view, yeah. See and sunlight at night and see.
Correct.
Not bad.
That's correct. Sorry, I said work out.
Can't be like good household in the country to have a pocket change left too. Start a little business when I want part.
Yes, so some of them sell one house 2 times. And 2 days.
Brute force in a Accompong town. What go on to Accompong? Here's a maroon.
What do you know about it?
You have a maroon look.
No, but
Strong black woman.
what's your fire?
What do you mean? Yeah, so what?
Me is not a maroon. Me did want to go down there and go look for Curry. But me never reach. She never carry me.
Curry busy. Every time I tell Curry say me I come outside there. It don't work out. You understand? Next thing, next thing I go down there and then tell me something I can't come because my reporter down there like.
You read some about Twitter where it say right now, none vex because what? Problem down at Maroon Town and my boy a Bogla said nothing I wanna say I must see. After I walk off in foot bottom.
Alright, my maroon sister, but what me ask you? I want to go on a Accompong. Because I think Accompong did not I want another. And I done another.
Sorry.
But it don't look like it come like.
Is it a media thing? Yeah?
It come like a Accompong and run off a ladder. Maroons accuse Curry of Taliban-style dictatorship, but chief defense treaty pause.
Let me hear you.
There's growing agitation in the Accompong town Maroon enclave in St. Louis. I'm a place for like down there, you know. Yeah, man, I'm a place. You did there fire. I'm a name get for care. Every time we go places, you're gonna fire. Where some residents are up in arms over what they describe as the dictatorial style of Chief Richard Curry. They allege that persons close to the leader have been using verbal and physical attacks to repel any resistance to orders. After weeks of simmering tension between loyalists of Curry and others critical of his leadership style, things reportedly came to a head on Saturday night last when a man claimed he had been gun-butted and stabbed because he was among a group of people who challenged an order from the chief to bring an end to a party that was in full swing. The injured man submitted videos and still photographs to reporters showing wounds to his head, hands and feet. May I have them, you know, some of our place. I don't get them things. They ain't too interested. Like, you know, alright, that's what I'm come from them. According to the man who asked that his identity not be revealed, he was attacked by men close to the chief. They attacked me because they saw me as the weak fence. And then if you're the weak fence, you can't go for it like that. Yeah, hide your fence. Said the injured man, adding that a silver gun was used to hit him in his face. It'd probably be a crow. With an alleged enforcer threatening to shoot him.
She said, encourage everyone, baby. Richard, go to your bed.
Me run go in a one van and him take me out. Him take out him knife and stab me up. the man added, who is being urged by relatives to report the matter to the Jamaica Constabulary Force. You mean the JCF?
No, Curry is reporting matter.
Who has no jurisdiction? No, I'm just saying that is what I heard at one point.
No, but me ask if I know Curry is reporting matter.
So you have to report the matter to Curry and him and say a Curry people then that makes sense?
Maybe Curry don't know same people them do that.
Okay. We see how the article work and then we see what you have to say. We shall have it. But is seemingly concerned about further aggravating the situation as it is not maroon custom. And I'm going to report that DJs. You take a cat in and you're gone. We all go by a cat location and then cat here with the cat on. Ah man, I know you low is this. You understand? Then time you never Courier did Williams and thing. Last month, a video emerged on social media showing Curry attempting to shut off another unauthorized party in Accompong, with some residents taking a combative stance as the situation threatened to become confrontational. Them youths are these days, they're rough to deal with. They don't even know actually they're not teaching them. A female resident who said she supported Curry's ascension to the leadership of the Maroon community in February said that she no regrets supporting him. They sound like Andrew and the people them like. Describing him as a dictator, that's all very familiar, who is operating contrary to Maroon customs. Maroon town is not Afghanistan. So, you and your Taliban style leadership is not going to work out, said the woman, who did not reveal her identity out of a fear of retribution. That's why I think serious. While efforts to reach Curry were futile, a public notice posted via his Twitter handle noted that Accompong chiefs had full power to inflict any punishment they think proper for crimes committed by their men among themselves. But they don't tell us to go on to the article.
I don't like that part then.
And that's the man, so brother.
I don't like that part then.
I tell us me write the article.
I don't like that part then. I did say maybe him don't know what going on, but I don't like that part then.
Me read the article still, so I don't know what come next.
That part they would suggest that he knows what is happening and is okay with it.
The November 8 tweet, I mean, heard so you know. The November 8 tweet added, it has come to our attention that in the course of their duties, members of our internal security detail were attacked by an individual known to the community to be of unsound mind in their peaceful attempt to bring to an end an event happening in the community. My administration is currently investigating the matter on whether or not excessive force was used.
You might investigate.
Alex Moore Minot, the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Curry's administration, said that the man who claimed that he was attacked was a troublemaker. He said that the matter would have been referred to their public relations officer for a fulsome response. However, up to press time, reporters had not received that response. Now, former Colonel Ferran Williams, he's the one, link the time, who Curry succeeded just over 8 months ago, said that he is quite disturbed by some of the alleged going-ons, but Curry has spurned all his requests for dialogue.
Wow.
The people are not happy with his leadership style and some of the things he has been doing. I have tried to reach out to him many times, but he has not been receptive, said Williams.
That not sound good either.
I mean, very well I reason with the chief, you know. The residents no longer have a voice in what is taking place in the community. He is behaving like a dictator. Those who criticize him are subjected to verbal and physical attacks, which I understand is what happened on Saturday night, added the former colonel. Williams said that he is also deeply concerned about the chief's seemingly antagonistic attitude towards the government of Jamaica and the police force, which he said is a major departure from the stance of previous Maroon leaders, at least two of whom also served in the JCF. Right, yeah, we know that for sure. A few months ago, the Accompong Maroons got into a kerfuffle with police officers who entered their community and tried to destroy a ganja farm. The police were challenged by the Maroons, who declared their actions illegal based on their interpretation of the 1838 treaty with the British government, which gives them sovereignty over their lands. This is very long, I'm tired. But enough things are going on down there. So I have 3 different articles, but
I don't like her, so.
you understand? So that one, yeah? Colonel Richard Curry is rejecting claims that he was running Accompong like a dictator amid growing tension over his leadership of the historic Maroon village in the hills of blah blah blah. The accusations were made after a resident complained of being stabbed and gun-butted by one of Curry's security men as they shut down a party in the town. Blah blah. The man described his ordeal in a voice note sent to reporters alleging that men, after gun-butting him, threatened to kill him and accused him of violating the chief. He also said that he called the Magati police in St. Elizabeth the night of the incident to file a report, but cops hung up when he mentioned Curry's name. You know what you're like about? You know, answer me. The man claimed that the following morning he traveled to Black River police station to make the report, but was sent back to Magati. And Magati they're near to them still. Zane?
But I guess the police are saying that
because of that incident there.
Remember say we not have no
jurisdiction.
He up in no place, so
get out. So them rush some reporters from the Observer. They never injure them, say, but them tell them so they can't come. Okay. Because chief not authorize it basically. So some people say something. They be in a local square, because you have a local square there, you know.
Things are going on.
Community center there and them things and post office and them stuff, man. Basic school. So some people did gather there when the reporters them reach and things. So they can't go no further basically because
the chief said they can't
said, yeah, man, some things. But them talk to some people and some people say some things.
Okay.
You see, so it don't look good.
Yeah, I don't like it neither. I don't want to sort out.
What I got when I visited there was that, you know, there was a sense of unity at the time because, you know, everybody was kind of united against the proposed mine in the cockpit country and thing. Speaking about that, I see one link post by Nepawadi. So one town hall meet now keep about Naranda mine and I'm going there. The meet now go on and let me in. And when I go in there, brother, I don't know who act it. A big blue movie.
I like.
Big old man thing, brother. So I'm going there meet now go on, you know. But and then I said, so I just take up myself fast. So I don't know what going on for. So I don't know who act into. Mrs. Mandy I said, oh, the stream has been act and rare. Yeah, man, babe. I not even know if I what I want the name? The popular one. Pornhub.
I don't know no porn site, so you can't ask me about which popular one. I don't know which one is popular version.
What a way you get very defensive, look what.
Yeah, I can tell me football. It's popular.
What a way.
Which popular one?
What a way. That are the entire year about porn site. The first thing people are going to say a Pornhub.
I don't know.
See, what a way you get jumpy, look what.
How me become jumpy? But that's I said, I don't know which one popular.
You should say. You seem very defensive and I don't know why. Because I wasn't accusing you of anything.
I don't say yeah, I'm just saying I don't know which one is popular.
Okay. Which one I know about?
None.
Okay. Advocates shred Clark's jacket probe law. So basically, Reid Clark, in a parliament, he must say right now, woman might give man into my jacket. So one of the safe ways to deal with it is you do a DNA test when the youth born the answer. What do you think about that something?
Me alone.
What do you mean for left you alone? You tell me say you want to talk about that topic here. No, me ask about the topic here so for left you alone. You have been very defensive tonight.
What about them?
Emmanuel Reid Clark.
Yeah, troublemaker.
What do you mean say man troublemaker? Eh?
Yeah, I troublemaker.
Also.
Yeah, I try to mash up those people there, but that busy.
Also, let me ask you also.
Yeah, I say if you do paternity at
birth of the baby, yes.
Mighty good.
But you know better you find out this than 15 years when you have 5 youths them. And 4 of them are not paid, what do you mean?
Yeah. Too much jacket I go around.
I own just 4 jackets.
Yes, you have done.
It's a lot that I one blazer I got, brother. We're going away. What me I say? Why you, and I'm serious though, don't laughing. That's why I want to try to watch your people like. You want to try to save some life too, because watch it.
You mash up more than we must.
You feel so? But you have woman that know.
Him right, still in a teacher, me can't.
You have woman out there know so they pick
Me
me
can't
and
beat
feel
him,
man.
Panny.
And give him man.
Me
I don't know
can't
1 or 2 or 3 or 4 pick.
Me can't beat him on him, right? But
So man jacket fit them good.
that is true.
Depends on the tailor.
How cut it? It have a cut to fit.
Mandatory DNA test would set up cheating women to be killed. But he will also set them up to be killed when the man find out 15 years down the road.
Because I think after a man have a child,
Imagine me take care of you if you know penny expensive.
and then if you find out say I no fee, me kind of
Right now I'm here for broke me. And Chelsea, you turn the laugh. And then me a mind for you to enough for me.
You're rough, teacher. And the thing is, a lot of these jacket, quote unquote, they only find out if, most times if filing.
Well, Scotty, something that put me off, man.
If filing, or some people just have a little doubt in their mind and screechy and go do.
And go do a DNA test.
Yes. Screechy and go do a DNA test and find out, say, you know, say, the doubt what you have was real.
Why? Me don't know still. Man,
Teacher, some of them are mistake. You hear me, I go justify that.
Yeah, justify it.
You hear me say a mistake.
Justify it, friend.
It could be that she was in relationship with both men and she became pregnant and she convinced herself, say, that the man the one.
So why you do that?
Me agree, say she should have tell him, say, you know, say, there's a chance that it might not be yours. But sir, not everybody brave enough to do that. So
you prefer
you know,
the little white lie like that, yeah.
I see your daddy smile. Everybody say the baby looks kind of white, but I love him. Really, I do. So I lied. And that Tanya said, Tanya.
You know a song very well.
I want a Tanya body song. Yeah, man.
Is that what a Tanya body song?
Teacher, I want
Tanya have millions of about that
I say I want off Tanya body song.
That they about number 30,000.
Tanya says she sees smiling and
in everything you do.
In everything you do. I bet if you could talk, you would talk like him too, but he can't be your daddy.
Oh, you understand.
The man who thinks it's your
He's a much
father is
better man.
alright.
You know what you do?
You see, they know.
St. James Central Member of Parliament Roy Clark's proposal for a law mandating paternity testing of newborns has been rubbish as simplistic and dangerous. Look here, if you do it, it's dangerous. If you don't do it, it's dangerous.
A two-way swing.
You understand?
But you are no teacher. You are no teacher. So my man, them not have no doubt, yeah. If you not have no doubt,
don't seek it out.
Don't seek it out.
Scotty.
When in doubt, leave it out.
When in
if
doubt,
you don't
leave
have
it
any
out.
doubt, don't seek it out. Make
Watch
it
out.
clear.
Watch out.
When DSA says so why females have a problem to know who the father. There's no problem in the day you call a name that is him. Him is the father.
But I'm not safe, Scotty.
We are talking about
That's not
this.
safe. Look here. As far as this is my thing. To create that emotional bond
With the child.
with a child, that financial support, that those sacrifices that you would have made as a father for a child where the mother knows say enough for you. It's a wickedness, brother.
Yes, man. If the mother knows say enough for you, she will tell you say enough for you, but we say there are cases when she does not.
No, man, if you have any doubts, man, let me know, man.
But let me ask you a question. I'm here turn 10 and I just say you find out say I'm here enough for you. You don't know that yet? May I ask you a question?
It already so far.
So you know, after 10 years of bonding with him, supporting him, this is your boy. I mean, you love.
No,
it's your boy.
Because I'm my boy.
So after all
if
of
you find out
that,
that next man boy,
I
don't know me then deal with that because I don't have to deal with that yet. That's funny.
I'm here a fear still teacher. If I don't fear you have a brother somewhere more to peers and do things in
no, when I look at my 2 youths themselves, I give God thanks. You understand? Because I see myself in them. I see myself in them smile.
Let me tell you, say, If I not feel, what you have one brother about the place where I do things in your name.
Well, he might
Other
do a good
person
job.
say, I would rather die not knowing rather than find out you did. May I agree with you? After a certain time,
But Andrew, that's why you have to know from the get-go, brother.
Better you don't know.
Me not have no issue with it. Me not have no issue with it. Because enough man just keep you them, you know.
Yes, go to your bed.
That's the name you give
To a man
who unfortunately gets a jacket.
I mean, who is the jacket?
But what me I say now, watch out. Blessing soldier. See him? Enough of the man them end up take the youth them, you know. But you have some man who the heavens are mash up, man. Me know some man who has mad out because
yeah,
of that.
nah, the manager worse. Sometimes I want look at youth what them get and them all, you know.
Some forget about the what? Enough time at 3, 4. You understand? Some man will have 5 youth and when they check it out, 4 enough for them. My brother next door might carry boxers for how long. And socks. Yeah, see there we kid this one.
I don't bag up on far and come back and get baby we had to feed them.
Because you will come back, you know, and knock it in and
Quick and fast.
yeah, say, oh man, I want to call my youth, man.
Time
But I'm a knock it for you. You're rough.
So it's going to be mandatory every
Nah, man, it's a suggestion, man. It's just a suggestion. And him look like him a plan to carry a parliament.
Me ask my wife and him tell what you have to do DNA. What we got? We done, we left.
Left for what?
They will
Yeah,
left.
something
You
like
don't
that.
trust me.
Right.
How
What
could
you
you
mean?
not trust me?
What you mean? Come on, not trust people.
What could I have done?
I don't trust people.
What could I have done?
Me buy my car cash.
Your wife?
Me not even not trust vehicle. Yeah, me not youth. You understand? You don't even know what go on, man.
Somebody want DNA test for the baby in the belly. Kind of sure.
You can't stay there. We don't trust people. Making his State of the Constituency debate addressing Parliament on Tuesday, Clark said that paternity squabbles were one of the drivers of domestic violence, which he claimed was a major contributor to the nation's murder rate. I don't know if it's a major contributor to the murder rate, but I know people dead over them things.
Yes.
And unfortunately, people continue to die over these things. Because these things not going to stop. As long as you have man and woman, jacket will be made.
Can't we?
And those are the things. The jacket is just part of it.
And jobless. Lots of people worrying. They not worry, man. Them get through a gate already. And who not come through?
He also cited a domestic violence study conducted by social anthropologist Dr. Herbert Gale that concluded that paternity issues help to spark inter-family conflict in Jamaica. Gale has suggested that about 20% are jackets, Jamaican vernacular for children who putative, I think that's how that pronounced, fathers are not their biological dads. But Dr. Imani Tafari Ama, gender and development specialist, curator and author, believes that mandatory DNA testing would imperil the lives of unfaithful women. While proposing that more counseling service be made available to couples to de-escalate conflicts, she said she doubted that there was a legal solution to such complex issues. Right, so we do the DNA test and we figure out and we move on. What do you mean? This is a part of the thing, naturally. Baby born, boom, boom, so bam, bam, bam. I hear you. But then you take care of the youth from before the youth born, you know.
Yeah, fine.
Because
She
pregnant. Because all of them doctor visits there and all, you pay for hospital. Imagine the youth born all up and not all oranges.
If you born and not all oranges, you can take a one jacket. No, go on.
What do you mean? You know much
Take
you know much money they charge if you have me up there, so?
Yeah, take your go on.
You're a fool, man.
You buy that one then. Go on with it.
Okay.
Nobody get buy that one.
Teacher, they need to check out how much the soldier and police officers have all over the place.
What jacket there?
And them good as get enough because them always there work.
So they say farm workers get the most jackets. What you know about farm workers? Paula, what do you know about
Now, my
farm
friend
workers?
go on farm work one time, you know. I go link you.
You know?
Yes, bro, God, we talk about Kirk right already, man. Him stable in the hospital. See,
God.
was awaiting surgery. I'm not sure what is the situation with that yet still. Me I link him and I said, bro, yeah, what go on?
Find out if you're alright. I hope he's alright though.
But Jackie, boy, I don't know
A
still.
serious thing, teacher. People lose them life over it, as you say. A serious something.
Man, we lose that my sanity to mama.
You will mad. Then what if stop if I'm mad?
That will lick your chip, you know?
A serious something, man. I don't know about the DNA testing at birth, but Jackie thing a serious. I think of cruelty. I think it's really cruel of you to know that the child does not belong to the man and you pass it off on the man.
Don't say nothing about the farmer because let them work comfortable for Uncle Son.
I think it's cruel, man. As a woman, I think it's cruel of us to do that.
Well, you say something fishy about Kirk Wright thing. Them say it's a domestic dispute, brother. That's the story so far, I don't know. So, man and woman stab him. Brother, then says a domestic dispute. I don't get no details. So, you see him?
If there are two men, why you do it? Raffle.
Them a raffle up and a dip. Who them want to get the jacket? But that pit me them not even have as much as my fingertip.
As long as you do
Drop back that I make another pick.
And you know you have some men that know the child is not theirs and just turn a blind eye.
I not turn the AI. I not got the AI. A senior I have.
You're a fool.
I not blind eye. You're a fool. But third blind eye. Scotty, if a man go raise a child, how the child supposed to be raised and create that emotional bond, brother. Zane, and that financial support. For years upon years, brother. And the man find out saying not feel me out. But tell us most time the brother next door where you carry boxers and underpants, you know.
That is true, yeah. At least first you expect how you might be the father, but why? Ladies, let us see how best we can give these children to who they belong to.
Do that, man. Do that.
And if you're not
if
sure,
you know,
when in doubt, you can't not leave it out. You can't do a test on the man, no. The man now come here the regular.
Most of the women know how for pit, brother.
In a college, it's
she know which one I am, man.
No, man, teacher, you.
She know the two, man, and she see the youth.
The
youth, if you have something for one I am, man, brother. That's a genetics, sir. You can't, you're not for Samba.
Boy, teacher, me say, me have everything for Samba. That type problem.
You know a body.
You're a body boy.
Then I'm not sure.
You're a body boy.
You know Amir, you know Chelsea. That's how I think, brother.
If they want to fear, one man they both will look like. Ladies, just keep one man, please. Yes, one of your bed.
So you don't agree with this?
Yes, go to bed. It is now bedtime. No, you see you? I realize I try to mix me. I want you.
But not me ask that, no, you see?
Leave me alone.
We stream if you have different perspective.
I don't have
ask
any
a question,
perspective.
you ask me a question.
Me not ask you nothing.
A man say keep one man. I ask the man guy in bed.
You see sleepy.
They say they sleep.
You don't see say I want sleep. You're blind.
They say they're weak. You have some people now who them family member has been languishing in hospital for years, decades. I remember the lady down the line in town and thing, and so provisions are being considered to hold family members legally responsible for abandoning their family members.
They should be held.
It's a strain and
they should be held. It's the same article about the ones up at Bellevue too?
I'm not sure.
No man, they should be held. You can't have
lawsuits loom for families who abandon patients. So as neglected, families in hospitals continue to deprive patients of critical bed spaces, health and wellness. And then that is the next thing. You're there and you know it's like an obstacle to the whole. People now treat you like so your family leave you.
Some people 10 years then.
But the lady don't so it was a long time she was there. I don't remember how long, but it was a long time. You see me?
Yeah, me know about the a body boy. My body boy for sure. If him man a body boy, body also have a twin doing things in his name.
So I don't could pass my stepfather you too.
True enough, teacher.
You're true.
Thinking about it. What do you mean they didn't tell?
No man, far apart.
Body up and far, right?
No.
Oh. That's actually.
Don't bother power. But Satan, enough people think me a Satan, you.
You can't pass it, tell her what you
Mm. Auntie.
Somebody will tell me choices.
Looks have nothing with looking. My father, the only thing. Now, yeah, sitting for you, man. Look on him, two of them.
I know I look like my dad.
The great Sambo.
Yes, I know that. I can find maybe small features of me that represents my mom, but I look like my dad.
Yeah,
and
man.
all of us.
Me a body boy, be sure of that.
If
Be
you
sure
see
that man
brothers
my
and
dad.
sisters, same features, same lips.
As much as him not play the role,
Are you
I'm
fine?
a old man. Yeah, I know what thing go. But check your two of them there, Andre, man.
That's not a little girl, man.
But let's have some ear on your two and him have ear on him total. So shall we say that? We can move on, because
people never the hospital for years.
yeah. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the government is taking steps to initiate legal action against their relatives who have abandoned them. What am I going to do? Lock them up?
If you lock them up. At the rate where we have to go lock up people, we are running out of prison space.
We're not having for a long time. The prison are overcrowded. There's no prison in Jamaica where operate at optimal capacity. Everything is, yeah, man, overcrowded, man.
Teacher, what we have to do? Big and
know,
serious.
In terms of the prison?
If prison full, crime and go up, what we have to do?
The man them, some man pick up on death row and hang them. Yeah, that's like a man who kill a little baby them and old lady them and them people they like. And murder 4 or 5 man and then sit there. Reduce the prison population with them. Keep it moving. I mean, you can't do. I mean, I say, it's a solution to crime now. I say, get rid of some of them on the backside.
What if they can't afford to maintain their relative? And the alternative is if you leave them in hospital for 20 years?
No, but you know, I know that was one of the contending points, you know, so you can't afford to take care of them, but why? No, it's a contending point, man. It's an opposing view, but I understand what you're saying too, but you know what thing? It's a serious question.
Search them out and see. When you find them, then you can decide what to do with them.
$3.5 million for take you in prison averagely per year in our country. Taxpayers pay it.
One day you get prisoner?
One prisoner.
$3.5 million every year?
And that was about 2-3 years ago, I said the research, so you know, inflation. And then sit there.
What do you think?
I will have a prison in 1906 with her.
I don't know, sometimes I feel hopeless. When if you think about it, you feel like you say,
So you prefer them on the road?
Teacher, you can't prefer them on the road.
So
but I'm just saying, it just feels hopeless. It feels as if there's no solution. It feels as if it keeps getting worse. It feels as if there is no hope towards it. You just give up.
Well, as long as there's life, there's hope. So, Miss Lou,
Long time you said that, teacher.
I understand what I say. You think hopeless enough time to choose? Yeah, man, I did a video on it, and there's an article a couple of years ago about 2018, 2017 that says it costs an average, I think it was about 3 million at the time, 3 to 3.5 million in other region, but as good as more now. You know, everything areas except pay. Dead man, I say better off in the grave. If you save for minimum wage when 2 you go high school, 2 go all age.
At the end of the day, I see Max program and punish your smile. I say, see Max a laugh after we. When me say this, they must out a laugh last time. I say, I don't think I joke.
Max always a laugh after we.
See, they laugh after we. We don't have a better spot that way.
We have engaged a legal team that is preparing the files. And in the new year, the plan is to make a bold statement around this issue, the health minister declared. At present, there are 174 people occupying bed spaces, even though they have been discharged from the health facilities. In a statement to Parliament on Wednesday, Tufton said there were instances in which relatives have left their family members to languish in hospitals, compromising resources that could be channeled to needier patients. Tufton said that beginning in January 2022, the government would begin the process of testing the legal system by filing civil lawsuits against delinquent families. It would be good to see that piece of legislation there, see how they're going to do that still. Attorney General Marlene Malahoo Foote has suggested that the Health Minister could use the Maintenance Act, which addresses the neglect of persons in need of care. Okay. According to Malahoo Foote, the Maintenance Act places an obligation on children who are not minors to maintain their parents. Yeah?
Never know that.
Me didn't know that neither.
Let's say a good thing.
Your reaction was priceless just now.
Which reaction?
Your reaction.
Stop mix me
Your
up.
reaction by your face.
Stop mix me
You have a video now, see camera.
Which reaction?
Alright, I'll cut it out later and show you.
No, I'll stop covering up later. It's not good for me health. That's why I pin things for me.
You want to see your face? No, but I pin up for you because your reaction was very interesting. Alright, which are there? So
I never know say that.
She signaled that a department of government, which I will reach.
No.
Yes. So according to the Attorney General, the Maintenance Act places an obligation on children who are not minors to maintain their parents. Interesting. I did not know that.
No, me I think I agree with the DNA testing at birth.
So you take care of one of your parents?
That's why if you do DNA test at birth, so you know, say your father.
You change your song very quickly though.
Because
She signaled that a department of government or the local authority could make an application to the court for children to support their parents in need of care. But what if the parent didn't take care?
See, somebody asked the question, what if those parents didn't financially support the child? So you are telling me you will never do nothing?
And there's no law that says the parent have to take care of a child unless they report it to you. No man. And they can just come for your parent not report it. It mother or father not.
Yeah, man, the father and mother go carry you go out with him. Maintenance court. And there so them fair do DNA testing.
So do you DNA test when you're born?
Yeah, I'll make a
I'll get it out there.
I'm done with it. See you?
Why? Hey, although they stand firm on the beliefs, man, and not flip flop.
Yeah, sometimes you have to jump across the corridor.
Tufton told his parliamentary colleagues that the ministry had knowledge of persons who were receiving pensions from overseas, but relatives have refused to use these funds to support them in hospital. So you collect money, you collect people in pension, and you still left them in hospital.
Then that you have to go to prison. Right now you're a thief.
Scamming, not a fraud. We know of instances where persons have been abandoned in hospital and relatives have rented their property and refused to use these resources to care for the owners of the property, he said.
The parent.
The Health and Wellness Minister also sounded a warning to some Jamaicans who park relatives in hospitals during the Christmas season so that they don't have to bear the burden of caring for them. That one.
What a wicked set of people there.
And a fall time of year, Christmas.
Christmas like family season where you want everybody around.
Then I want a family member.
What a wicked. Hey, listen me. They use the term lightly sometimes without me tell themselves about stuff. Some people are real Jezebel, you know?
Imagine at Christmas. Oh God.
Grandma Polly goes to take up your cup to the hospital on Christmas. I'm sorry, clear back after New Year.
This practice is usually done for the aged and infirm. This practice exacerbates the problems of overcrowding in hospitals, as it is also the time of year when we see more admissions, he said.
Never know say that, I swear, I wouldn't even fathom say you would take your relative and place them in the hospital during the Christmas season.
Of all seasons.
Of all the seasons you could think of. And just left them there. Because at Christmas and you don't want to deal with them on Christmas. Why I don't want some people to be my family?
DNA is a good look.
And I don't want some people to be my family.
But it's the thing with family, you don't choose them, you know. You don't get to choose
it's
them.
a wicked setup. It's a true. What a wickedness.
That is wicked.
And sir, most time you know, have some real older relative, you know, some grandmother, some great grandmother.
Imagine me take up my slow car and go to the hospital for Christmas too.
But see for him and kick you though.
Frame.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Anybody do my grandmother that I war
So we have no problem.
I tell you that.
Who for granny? You're
A fool.
mad.
Good, me slow.
First of all, my uncle them never been less a serious trouble.
And Miss Lou say, Chris, are you that?
Come and
feel you. You feel mad though. You put on weight.
You remember
Am I Chris?
This little feeling.
Am I Chris?
No,
Miss Lou say, Chris, you sure it's your son? The good grandmother are fool, man.
They're wicked. Oh God.
Sir.
But sir, a person like that should be charged. I'm sorry.
Christmas.
Should be charged. So if you take up and can't go leave them just like that at a hotel. Well, I don't think they know what do it in a them time here because COVID their hospital. They know
I
what do
hope
it.
not.
No teacher, me have to have look of faith.
You know, faith
No,
without
sir.
works is dead. Jamaica Customs reject Auditor General's finding indicating all money is accounted for. Pamela and I with people. But then said nothing go so.
Pamela job one next year.
What?
Good
I
girl,
regular Pamela
Pam.
job people, man.
We like her.
Pamela said more coffee go investigate down there.
Done a customs?
Pamela said that Julian Robinson. The
Julian,
Jamaica
the
Customs
C auditor.
Agency, JCA, is rejecting allegations by the Auditor General's Department that it presided over $2.1 billion in financial exposure to the agency and says it's important to note there was no revenue loss. Me believe Paula. Paula always right. In a statement on Thursday, the JCA says it's welcome objective audit scrutiny, oversight and interrogation of its internal control processes and systems. This will allow for continuous improvement, compliance, then full of big words though, and efficient service delivered to their stakeholders. My name is a big word. However, in response to findings by the Auditor General that deficiencies led to $2.1 billion in financial exposure, the JCA says its records indicate that the duties, taxes, and fees were duly accounted for. I don't believe them. It says this evidence was provided to the Auditor General. Therefore, the JCA does not agree with the usage of the term financial exposure since there was no revenue loss. On the matter of the import entries for 50 million litres of bunker fuel processed up to 3 years after importation, the JCA says there were in fact some instances where import declarations were submitted late via the customs management system. Interesting. However, the JCA says it would have had knowledge of shipments through the uploading of the manifest, process and submission of their documents in respect of cargo. Therefore, the JCA wishes to highlight that there was no revenue loss relating to the shipments. It says but it was not just that alone, Pamela talked about it. It says in keeping with its full compliance process, the agency would have implemented additional mechanisms and instituted corrective measures to enforce the proper submission of import declarations were required. Something I go on, but we are going to watch and see.
I don't see no plan of dance.
PM instructs CAP contract with CCA Capital Partners to be halted amid controversy. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has described as troubling the developments at Caribbean Alumina Partners Limited CAP and instructed that a controversial contract with CCA Capital Partners Limited be halted pending a report to Cabinet. The Prime Minister's directive comes amid rising tension between senior management and board members at the company over the renewal of the contract. The company's former chairman, Norman Reid, resigned on Wednesday in protest against the decision. And there was a report on Thursday morning that the contract with CCA Capital Partners has been renewed 4 times since it was first signed in May 2019. So you don't need for renew a contract so time in such a short period of time.
How long your contract last? So?
Almost 2 months. I couldn't 2 months I say that, but
a short contract.
A short, yeah, because 4 times since it was first signed in May 2019 for US $10,000 per month.
So that barely just 2 years since it done.
On each occasion, the figure under the contracts has been increased. The last contract coming in at approximately US 24,000 per month. It is understood that efforts were being made to increase the sum to as much as US $30,000. This despite the bulk of the work required under the original contract being completed. Norman Reid tendered his resignation in the protest. We said that already. So on Thursday, at least two directors, Kamoy Lindsay and Michael Sloss, and the general manager of CAP, Shanice Nesbitt, sought to discredit the former chairman. The officials argued that the board had lost confidence in his leadership. The Prime Minister has taken an interest in the matter, and in a statement, the Prime Minister Holness says reports of what is transpiring at CAP are troubling. He says inability in the governance of the body are inimical to the national interests. Holness says he has instructed Portfolio Minister Robert Montague to provide him with a report on the situation unfolding at CAP. It's like when Tanya Lincoln, so then she need a report on the department. Sure. The Prime Minister is particularly interested in the incorporation process being undertaken at CAP and its contract with CCA Capital Partners Limited. And Mr. Holness says he has directed Minister Montague to indicate to the board of CAP that the contract in question should be put on hold until the cabinet has reviewed the minister's report. Fishy. Fishy. Now, remember we spoke before that you have police officers who, if they are in front of the courts, they are sometimes suspended without leave until the matter without pay until the matter is disposed of.
Yeah, correct.
And thing. Yeah. And there was no provisions in the education regulations that says that a teacher who's in front of the court can be suspended without pay.
Oh.
It is egregious. Former minister calls for an update to the 41-year-old education regulation. Running tweets. Me take issue with that, but the facts are the facts. Yeah? Him and the Minister of Education. Him did there, so I never fix it.
You never know
right.
about it.
Maxine Henry Wilson was also
Education
that
minister.
too. So why should never fix it? But you see how these things go. You understand?
Well, the shoe is on the other foot. You need fix it too. Don't get me wrong, you know. I mean, I want nobody get me wrong and I got a label.
No, man, I mean, people want to say about this. The fact is that they had time to fix it.
Yes. They were there. It could have been fixed long time.
The education regulations of 1980. This is for me born in a moment. Quite a few years before I was born.
Yeah, long before me. When I think somebody need it.
Man, somebody that Flingstone Pandora was that man. Pebbles. Which detail the procedures and processes to all aspects of the governance of school life in Jamaica is outdated. I would not have known that if they never tell me this article.
It's a genius.
And long overdue for an overhaul, according to former Education Minister Maxine Henry Wilson. The regulations, which include provisions for leave allocation, security of tenure, and the process for disciplinary proceedings, have been found wanting over the years. Many accused and guilty personnel have been reinstated to schools because of procedural breaches by school administrators before disciplinary action was taken. Lawyers have made meals out of poor record keeping by school officials by securing reinstatements of persons who should not be in the system, according to another former minister, Ronald Tate, which is true. The regulations are being cited as binding the hand of the current Education Minister, Favour Williams, and the Board of Jamaica College, removing Principal Ruel Reid, himself a former minister, who is before the courts on corruption charges. Reid was granted special leave under Section 68, near to 69, of the regulations in 2019. Right. After resigning from the cabinet, I don't remember the color, one I act and one I regulation. You understand? He was called so old, then lose color. He was seconded to the Education Ministry in 2016. Henry Wilson, who served as Education Minister for 5 years between 02 and 07, a long time that you couldn't fix it, said the regulations needed urgent revisiting. Then, the time has long passed. The law is so outdated, and every time there was a revision to make clear who is responsible for what, which is where we are now, it has been resisted. Who can dismiss a principal? Who can dismiss a teacher? It is really a recommendation that you make. And there have been instances, certainly when I was there, where a recommendation comes from the school board. It is vetoed by for all kinds of reasons. And the procedures are onerous, she said. The regulations are totally out of date. And they don't even refer to what are the current practices. Can a 1980 that in a brother 41 years that in
a lot has changed since then.
Wappy and Philip. From around then time being on a long time, Wappy killed Philip, you know? Which are with it?
Can't see nothing from it.
Oh, you're blind. So somebody could even take the ministry to court and the National Inspectorate and what they were doing and win. While she was at Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission, Henry Wilson said an overhaul was attempted. However, it took just one person to derail the process, as it was suggested that inserts about specific issues had to be included. Other interests trickled in, and before long, the process was stalled because we don't have. And not even that. We don't have no guts, brother. We don't have that. We come like a eel.
Slippery too.
Yeah, but him not know. Yeah.
Someone feel about it, as you say, can't stay as it is. I hope say, this situation that it is in now will open their eyes so that they'll see that something needs to be done about it.
So I go and talk because it's very interesting. I said to them, you can't make the good the enemy of the best. You can't make the good the enemy of the best. Let us go with what we have, and over time we make the adjustments. And then it is held up, she stated. It is egregious. Oh boy, we should have had a complete update 20 years ago. And looking at others now, she bemoaned. Section 68 of the regulations outline the 6 reasons for which special leave can be granted, with or without pay, on the recommendation of a school board. They include short-term studies or research, to attend meetings of international character recognized by the ministry, to attend international sporting or cultural events, to perform work connected to education, to attend meetings of boards and committees dealing with matters of education, and to be absent for such other reasons as the minister may approve. And the one they roll upon, you know. Because it now do nothing else.
Other one they too open.
In Reid's case, the minister has deferred to the Jamaica College Board to take appropriate action. Twait, who served as minister between 2012 and 2016, said he was alarmed that the government was spending as much as $3 billion per academic year to keep teachers away from their jobs, while hiring others temporarily. We had no intention of denying anyone what was due to them. But what was clear was that there were persons in the system who knew how to maneuver the system and spend between 1/3 to half of an academic year out of school while still being tenured. Yeah, man. Remember when they talked about a situation the other day? So nobody come go like a fool.
No, man, but that's different. What we did that about?
It's similar, man. Maneuver. They know how to maneuver them way.
Yeah, but me I say you have teacher we spend.
Scotty, you know me know that, man.
Half a year out of school?
Yeah, man.
Will I keep my principal in that?
No, while our principal don't do that, you know. But I have known of teachers who have done not at this institution, but other institutions, yes.
No, I never. First, me I know say that possible. I know you get your leave, you know, you can get your study leave and
look
whatever
here,
leave. But
all things are possible through Christ who strengthens me.
Christ,
That's why she come from. What shall we there now? Yeah, man. Individuals in the sector fought the ministry and those ministers before me tooth and nail for the looseness to remain. But that is it. You are elected education minister. It is your duty to transform what needs to be transformed. It is your duty to fix what needs to be fixed for the benefit of the children of this country. Right. Nobody come tell me nothing about nobody fight a tooth and nail. You fight back tooth and nail?
Go to
backside.
Scotty, no, of course. Yes, me say near your bed.
You sure with this, you know? Before me, tooth and nail for the looseness to remain because people were benefiting from the morass. It is instructive to note that not a word has come out of the Jamaica Teachers Association on the matter, and that silence is deafening, said tweets. The JTA is a political organization.
Moving on from JTA.
The JTA has elected at least 35 presidents since the regulations were enforced in 1980. The organization, which represents more than 20, you know, say Ruel has sought the assistance of the JTA. We soon come to that one. The organization, which represents more than 20,000 teachers at various levels in the education system, has been one of the staunchest opponents of changes to the regulation, said tweets. No, we are all embarrassed because we have enough legal brilliance in Jamaica to amend those regulations to make it workable. What we have is a mess, argued tweets.
Okay.
As the former JTA president,
Former JTA president.
yes, contacted by reporters, did not wish to comment on either Reid situation or the need to over the regulations need to be overall. Argument done. Simple math. Ruel courts JTA help.
You know what it is?
So them not gonna tell you now? You don't know you have no patience.
No for that.
You need to grow and chill on and go live run a time and patience. The Jamaica Teachers Association has intervened on behalf of former Education Minister Ruel Reid. But this is my thing. Well, him probably still a pay JTA do fees,
So
yes. But is him friend them? Him is the president. He was the president down there. You understand? So the Jamaica Teachers Association has intervened, which is the weakest union in the country.
We still get 2% interest?
I don't know.
Do you hear nothing about it?
No.
Do you hear nothing about it?
Has intervened on behalf of former Education Minister Ruel Reid in the controversy surrounding his tenure as principal of Jamaica College. Reid, who is a long-time member of the powerful Teachers Union, is also a former JTA president. Reports of the development came on the eve of a decision by the JC board about Reid's application for a 5-year extension. They recommended that, you know. They recommended the 5-year extension.
I think JC just not want him.
Right. Because you know, sort out at tomorrow and leave expire now. So hold on, let me put it in the context for you, my lovely maroon sister. Because you're maroon, right? So tomorrow, if you not sort out, my principal up the Monday morning, no? The man lock you out. You go to school, you teach up. So watch it now. Make a move her.
Tomorrow 20.
May say, you know, she say big old 19 up there, so. Friday, November 19, 9:40.
Same thing we not say them was sit down and play lay until the time then.
But me tell you, but you not listen to me.
I'm ready to go on my bed.
So watch it now. We shall with it. Yeah. Reports of the development came on the eve of a decision by the JC board about Reid's application for a 5-year extension of his current special leave given to him by the Prime Minister. Should his application be approved, Reid stands to make. So there was news in the press that it was granted.
Yeah, but then to them
obviously it has not been granted. Because remember the message was saying get him thing, you know. Should his application be approved, Reid stands to make $23 million more at his monthly salary of $388,277.67, or $4.6 million a year. The details of the JTA's involvement in the matter could not be ascertained on Thursday, that was yesterday, but it is understood that an attorney has been engaged. If Reid's special leave is not extended or a compensation package agreed, the ex-minister, now before the court on corruption charges, would have to resume duties as JC principal come Monday morning. His special leave as JC principal expires on Saturday, which is tomorrow, which is in a few hours. On Thursday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness, no less, told reporters in Westmoreland that the issue was being actively pursued. My report is that they are working to find a way to resolve the issue, said Holness, revealing that he was briefed only a day earlier by Education Minister Favour Williams.
What do you mean by that?
You know what brief mean?
What briefing?
I don't know if Favour tell him, say. I ended it.
They ain't not meeting no man.
The Prime Minister also said he was aware of public sentiments about Reid's paid special leave, but maintained that the provisions of law and due process had to be honored. The Prime Minister have to move. Because you can give me with pay or you can give me without pay. He chose to give him it with pay. So this long one leap of word that's a nonsense. And it's him doing it.
Tomorrow it is hurt. We get shed again.
Jawed.
No.
Williams said on Wednesday that there was no major development to announce with regards to Reid saga. And then said they want to sit from the 10th. And Wednesday was like about the 17th or 18th, brother. But we continue to have discussions. So at this moment, other than saying that I don't have anything yet that I can announce, the minister, however, conceded that the 40-year-old education regulation, which has insulated Reid, was in urgent need of reform.
That's good word.
I'm glad she realized that.
Yeah.
We have begun that process, starting with the Education Act, to repeal and replace Wright. In terms of the research that has been done at the ministry, there have been many consultations, them favorite word that you know, and much work that has been done. It's just that the persons before did not take it to that step where you have amendments or a new law. And you will, Miss Williams? Let's see. Reid was seconded, I don't know all of that already, you know. Reid was seconded to the Education Ministry in 2016 under the Wellness Administration. He resigned in 2019 after allegations of criminal misbehavior surfaced and was subsequently granted special leave as principal. Williams will now be required to approve the recommendation of the Michael Bernard Chair Jamaica College Board in relation to Reid's future. Bernard has promised to issue a statement on the matter. He has. We soon get to that. In the meantime, he has rejected some news reports surrounding the issue because they did say some people resign after the PTA board and JC old boys and something. They must not go so. It's a long story, so I can move on. Education Ministry rejects special leave recommendation for Ruel Reid. The Education Ministry, let me tell you what they are doing. Let me drink the water. You see, when everything is said and done, it is going to be Jamaica College fault and not the ministry's fault. At the line of them and enemies. Watch out. The board of Jamaica College says it recommended for the extension of the special leave of Principal Ruel Reid was not approved by the Education Ministry. I mean, not mind that, you know. But they left only two things down. Is either there's a settlement or you're reinstated.
And if I don't start negotiating the settlement yet, in Arga come back to me.
So my principal man. Now, how do you put a man who is in front of the courts on corruption charge in front of 1,400 boys, who your principal is supposed to be somebody who you revere, and whilst you are innocent until proven guilty, the context of the situation is not one where I would want this man addressing my son.
No, they're weak. No, they're weak.
So if he's not good enough to be a part of a government that has been plagued by corruption and allegations of corruption, he's good enough to be a principal of boys who are formulating their opinions of morals and values. Okay. Reid's current leave expires tomorrow in a few hours. The board says negotiations are continuing.
2 hours or so?
The board had recommended a 5-year extension. Its expiration would coincide with Reid's retirement in 2026.
Very convenient.
Reid, who is before the court on corruption charges, has already exhausted 2 years of special leave with full salary and emoluments amounting to more than $11 million beginning from November 21st, 2019 to present. Prior to the 2-year special leave with full pay and benefits, Reid had exhausted earned vacation leave for the period March 25, 2019 to November 20, 2019. So man must take you where you. However, Over the similar period, the ministry has also paid acting principal Wayne Robinson a little more than $11 million. So we have just like how we have a parallel CAPS program, we have a parallel principal. And this is nothing on Mr. Robinson. You understand? It's just him get caught up in a shitty situation. Robinson has been acting in the position of, and you know, funny enough, there's an article that, this same article, I just delete it. Since he took over, students
I saw the article.
Receiving 5 or more CXC subject has moved from 58% to 80%. Plus all of the other things. They love him up there, man.
You see it.
You understand? But I never know so JC was performing so poorly under Ruel's stewardship. You see, because them in a champs and them in a Manning Cup and them in a this and them in a that and a JC.
JC. That's
I never know, say. We did a challenge them.
We
did a challenge them. When I do the raw statistics.
When I read that local thing, she said, okay, things were not so okie dokie.
Shall we? So Robinson has been acting in the position of principal since 2016 when Reid was seconded from his job as an educator to take up the appointment of the Minister of Education. Boom, boom, boom. So, in a statement from JC, this is from the board chair. Over the past few days, the Board of Management of Jamaica College has been working to conclude arrangements for dealing with the active role of principal of Jamaica College, having regard to the fact that the current special leave of Mr. Ruel Reid expires on Saturday, November 20, 2021.
Yeah, but me not cut you.
And that they do what go on.
Why me not want to go back there?
Because Ruel Reid has no conscience.
Because all the articles would point to that they don't want him.
You want me answer again? You're deaf. Ruel Reid has no conscience.
Man, no why you just force up yourself.
9 out of every 10 Jamaican involved in this situation would have walked away from JC.
Yeah, I want to go back. No, sir. Not after article after article. And then no why, obviously. And I don't think he wants to go back either.
He does.
But I think he wants to go back. I think he wants the money. A 5-year one.
He does want to go back.
Yeah,
believe me, say yes, man.
I think
because he's unconscionable.
Yes, at the payout. I believe that is the payout.
He won't go back up there. Because he wants to be in the limelight. He wants to be mentioned. He wants to be talked about.
Is how much like him about
brighter light.
I don't think he wants.
I don't think that's the money fee. I not think so. He would then gladly go up a JC Monday morning. No questions asked. Scotty, after the man was fired,
he want to go back.
He want to go back. I don't know how you not said him want to go back up there.
I don't want their devotion. You don't want their devotion, teacher?
For what though?
Me just wanted it.
For you have to say?
Yeah.
To use
because
them to
start. Because I hear the address where and give at that devotion.
Very dry-eyed.
You know?
You ever sit on a site, you never profile, no, you never profile, I profile Ruel Reid.
Moving
Ruel
on.
Reid is unconscionable.
Moving on.
And he wants to go back there.
Beat the big man.
Believe me. So you can say the thing, but it's just money. And let me tell you what next thing I think he enjoy. He enjoys being a puppeteer of the government.
Like the man just pull them strings?
Yes.
The man board them here.
He enjoys that. And me going to do a video, you know.
But me say you not do it.
Because I kind of realized the report wasn't the most powerful man in Jamaica land we love is Ruel Reid. Because he gets what he wants.
Somebody say students then will be show up Monday.
But our students, I got suffer, you know.
Ruel get the education already. So
the youths them, why I understand the freedom I say.
they get it, but
You understand? How long them can stay away from school for?
I wouldn't endorse that.
You understand what I say?
I wouldn't endorse that one. I feel disappointed about it.
Watch out, so we're not done yet. The discussions are at an advanced stage and, as would be expected, are of a confidential nature. The board fully expects them to be successfully concluded shortly, at which time a further update will be given. Okay. To clarify several misconceptions and misunderstandings in the public domain, please note further that the priority of the board is to maintain the current stability and status quo at the school and the board. Therefore, I don't know why I keep on doing that. Once again, recommended that the special leave for Mr. Reid be extended to facilitate the continued proper governance of the school. This, however, required the approval of the Ministry of Education, and such approval was not granted.
There are only two options leave.
But we tell you the two options are already: settlement or reinstatement. I told you.
Soon 12 o'clock. I sit down and wait for it.
Then I say, I got your bed. Shall we there now?
The priority of the board.
Continued governments. This, yes, boom, boom. Since 2016, when he ceased active duty as principal of Jamaica College, the school has paid no salary or other emoluments to Mr. Reid. So all the money that he has been getting has been coming directly from the Ministry of Education, from taxpayers.
Yeah, and then the ministry pay a teacher and principal.
JC is aware because them that said, JC give principal a housing grant and them something and them something there. You get some perks being principal up there.
Okay.
So them I said you not get none of that. JC is aware of the fact that that criminal charges have, listen to this statement. JC is aware of the fact that criminal charges have been laid against Mr. Reid, but has no evidence that can support a disciplinary hearing which could lead to his termination. This despite assiduous attempts to secure such evidence. Who have the evidence?
The ministry.
Okay. There is no upheaval or protest at Jamaica College, and there have been no resignations at the board in relation to this matter. We can confirm that 2 executive members of the Jamaica College Old Boys Association are also executives of the PT have resigned from both bodies. There have been no mass resignation as reported. So that a Basil Jarrett and somebody. Basil Jarrett was civil military officer at the Jamaica Defense Force. He was the face of the first round of Zozos for the brilliant fellow. See? So, we don't know what go on there. So, the great venerable institution known as Jamaica College continues its journey of excellence with several notable achievements. So, them list them up. Ruel are going to be principal Monday morning.
Looks so, brother. He looks so.
Because he is what now? 57? And he retired at 65. So that's 6 more years. That's $38 million that they are up on. Them now second that. Ruel, a principal Monday morning. And I understand, many people are saying JC can't do nothing about it. Because one, you say if JC fire him, there's no grounds on fire him. Because he did nothing there as principal to warrant a disciplinary dismissal. And if they try to do that, they might sue them and win.
I win. He also win then.
JC has been trying to procure evidence of the criminal situation. Why is it so hard to provide them with the information?
But why the ministry didn't give him the 5-year leave without pay? Get a leave but without pay. That in a be a slap in our face, yes, but
he might go play one next year. He might go play next year.
Because the moment you deny the extension of the leave, two other options we know, unless there's an option that we aren't aware of.
A 3 option.
Maybe there's a fourth that we aren't aware
Extension,
of.
resumption,
Remember, it was extension, resumption,
or
or
settlement.
compensation. So that's why I'm saying there might be a fourth that we're not aware of.
And what would that be?
I don't know.
He who wise tree.
I don't know, sir. I don't know.
You must be a very wise tree.
One fourth one must them is Williams. Think about it.
He has another card.
Then couldn't send him back a JC.
It's not them sending him. Him is going back. He's in the job. Him is a principal, you know. Bernard is acting Ruel. Let's not twist this. What do you like how it's sound or not? I move it and you take your hand out of your face, man, and start dig up your face. Whether you like it or not, Ruel Reid is a principal of Jamaica College. Mr. Robinson is acting principal. So let's not get that twisted. So however we feel about that, that is really cookie crumbles.
I'm going to my bed. My mother give me a bedtime and it's past it.
I don't like it.
Teacher.
I don't like it.
Why you man go back as principal Monday morning?
What do you mean?
Pastor something they give me.
What do you mean? Eh?
I'll be mean in a year.
You never see how can you come as principal? Eh?
Do I?
She don't want to sleep.
Do I want
She just don't want. She's frustrated.
Do I want to sleep? Sleep is killing me.
Alright. My best guess, he will be principal on Monday morning. What is your best guess?
Refuse to believe it. Them all give me, them all pay more.
We refuse to believe.
Them all pay more. That's my belief, that he will be paid out. He'll take the compensation and live peacefully. May I feel some look of faith and look of hope. I'm sorry. May I have some look of faith. Constant spring. Let me stay. May I have some look of hope. So, my faith is that he'll take the compensation and leave. Since as the first one is out the door, if don't get the leave, you must take the compensation and I'm going.
Monday morning at the fire.
Teach, you must take a compensation and leave. How much are compensation maybe? 30 how much maybe?
Oh, 38 million.
Yeah, I'm not man.
No, they're not short of that.
Pay my king go. But if they pay him out now, right?
Yeah.
And he's proven guilty, you have to pay them back your money?
No, many things. I don't know how that goes. I can't say I really don't know how that goes.
How would I just reach? You from
you wait for a move slow, brother.
You need to pay a late fee.
The man ready to come back into college green. He wants to go back though.
Really?
Yes, man. Scotty, after he was fired, resigned, whatever, he
go.
went up there the Monday morning
Yes.
to resume as principal.
Yes, I know that. I know that.
After all that what was surrounding him.
That was a little bit barefaced.
Yeah. But tell you, that is what it means. You understand? I don't like it, man. I don't like it.
Yeah, I know. Enough feel.
I don't like it.
Inner swelling.
But there's no. This is, you're caught between
Rock and hard.
the devil and the deep blue sea. You know who's the devil?
Don't even go there.
Yo!
Why? You know, sit well in my spirit. That's all I can say about it.
I take you out of my spirit in a moment.
Steady up picking COVID-19 in the US. That not so good.
COVID now going on in a Scotty.
I need to go back on bed.
Yeah, son. COVID come like Ruel.
No,
No. Come like a curry stain in a white shirt.
no.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's an excess, but this is very long. This is
Same thing.
same thing again.
Same story again and again. But what I find odd was initially when the ministry placed the onus on the school board.
You found that odd?
That is odd.
That was the thing that was going to happen because he is still friends with men in the political landscape and they will not
DeAndre, go to your bed and they just say, "I feel laugh because we found my boss."
A criminal.
Go away.
Boy. So
Go
you got
away.
DeAndre and then me choose him, you know. So you go.
Teacher, I don't sit well in my spirit.
Me take you out of him, I not tell him.
It bothers me, you know? Seriously, it bothers me. As you say, young, impressionable minds. You hear them say, come Monday morning.
What do you stand in front of those boys and say?
It is good to be back.
I have missed you.
Then I will say what?
My sojourn has been very eventful, but I am here now. All is well. I choose it. Hold up. I mean, you gonna fly. I was teaching before his time, sir. You see me? So it is good to be back.
Most of you was
Get a clap.
when principal go on leave and come back.
It's good to be back.
We missed
Missed you.
So we say was a gentleman, I'm back. So be like me and the country.
Be like.
Oh no, stop it. Stop the foolishness. Stop it.
Ah, boy.
No, it is something that I think about.
The only thing about it when I deal with the cars, right now, I'm not drain my energy. Them things are very energy sapping.
Very.
Yeah, so.
Why not grant him and leave without pay? And make it him play out in a court. And then if he get him money,
But this is my next thing too. You see this whole 5-year leave extension, I'm gonna depend on that neither. Provisionally year after year. Because suppose within the 5 years it's convicted.
Well.
So I'm not depend on the 5-year thing neither. So renew it annually then. But the law, as Renita Adams once said, is the law. It's just that the law, in some instances, strange old lady. Is what the law is. But let me tell you this. If it was a principle without the political backing alliance that Ruel Reid has, that principle would have been thrown to the curb donkey years ago. Donkey years ago.
Would not have met such favorable response.
And yes, because them have look at education. And
I'm
them
a
know.
fool, you know, teacher.
Who you man for fool?
You man know a code.
Who you man for fool?
Back and front, you know, you man a fool.
You don't see all of the move where man have met, brother.
Man know a code back and front, man. You know exactly how to play a chess game.
Even if you get boy code, just the whole code part high.
You man not a fool, teacher.
Just look how they operate, brother. Every little loophole and possibility of technicalities, and that them are exhaust, brother.
Man not a fool. Man a fight for freedom, teacher.
I'm not in a bondage.
Man a fight for him. Just like a lawyer, man a fight with freedom.
Oh, Dan Foote.
Hey, we're a fight for freedom. It all goes back to sir these outdated regulations that we have governing us. If there was something on the books. Every
past administration have a blame. Every administration have a blame on next administration.
All of them.
All of them.
Every single one of them. Because you would have come, you would have seen it, and you left it as it is.
Do you think Mr. Reid would bow to public pressure? No.
No.
He would thrive on that. That would amuse him.
Some will say,
I know you're not professing innocence.
You don't say nothing, sir.
Only say, wrong man arrested. Boy, sis, I don't know. I got my bed.
You change. Wait for 12 o'clock.
Ramp with a mirror look a bit and see what.
If that boy think he might treat me this week, he make a sad mistake in not treating me.
Peace. Yeah, watch this and see. I say Tana not spoil no that.
Right?
You understand? I did suppose to have an interview tomorrow. But some miscommunication, I may have it Sunday.
You go to church Sunday?
You can't go in a church.
Church, open back.
You understand? I'm not supposed to go to church. I must go before or after the interview.
My church start 2 o'clock.
So like a part 2 is going at night. And walk on the last Sunday night, you're a fool.
We just start going on the line.
Peace, big up on yourself.
Good night, guys.
Interview premiere, I would. Oh, yeah, I know. Paman.
Okay.
And these things. Well.
What do you want to put out Saturday?
Then you know, edit.
Tomorrow Saturday, no?
Yeah, I know Saturday. No, you see, in December, now I post interviews every Sunday.
Oh, yeah, I plan
Christmas, you understand what I'm saying? So every Sunday.
Somebody asked about Tiger updates.
Tiger, he is home, recovering, but you know the medical expenses and the tests. I talked to.
Reality?
Yeah, man. But Rodney linked me earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And him there asked for them numbers. So many more Reid, because they want plan for do a thing. So I show him some of their plan for do a thing. So I said, we just probably just poll and do one presentation and them something. So we work on that. And thing. Lenny did call me back since night too.
That's good.
And them something.
Oh, until something started.
So, and the crowdfunding thing, I think they raise was a 15 bills, so I'm going to check it.
Okay, so
$8,000. Yeah, man, remember I do a video, man. I know many people that have, you know,
I saw the video.
go across, because quite a few people watch the video already and thing. So, you know what I think. So, I don't tell us about this, I go make a sacrifice and do a thing. And, you know what I mean? Great, man.
Yeah.
So,
even when I express something I watch, he was performing at it.
A legend, man. So guess what? I make a rounds. You see the part in the interview and talk about it. I remember them they keep on show of him and I kill a load with go.
Yeah.
Some other man. That excerpt they make. I think a reality post it first. I think Killer repost it. Because the two of them tag me in and so that I make a rounds too.
Okay.
And them things, you know that I give interview next. You know them things are different triggers.
One thing get something.
Yeah, man, money
are we going to see him?
The money will come up, man. Yeah, man, I'll go link we go link him, man. When we are doing thing, I link we go link him. So yeah, come. Auntie. So.
If I'm available.
Nah, man, I got available, man.
How you know about me? Invest. Where you come from this hours and night?
Invest shift change, you know, so.
Make sure you have your late fee.
Come on, pressure, and then they come like.
I'll be a collect it too.
Something kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, please, pick up on yourself if you are able to make contributions to the Tiger situation. His family, I can assure you, would be greatly appreciative. And, you know, I see some comments to some people, I see some things with them. Yeah, man, you know, people stay.
People will be people, as you always say.
The man has been treated with medical expenses from 1994.
You know.
How much money Tiger makes up before that way? Plus, the man them went.
But then the money never done.
And not only that. No, for the man work. Man
it's not
pirate
his.
off
Yes,
and
you say it's not
so.
his, because in the interview you would have said that
No
too.
thing, so people are, you know.
I mean, if you can help, you help. If you can't help, lock your damn mouth. Nobody cares about what you have to say. If you are going to help,
No, man, don't say that. The people free to express their views.
Sir, some of them too much at times. Because situation like that, if you're going to help, you help. If you can't help, keep your mouth closed.
even the when we go help the family up at Glengarry, I see people, one particular person comment, saying something. Let me just look on it and shake my head and laugh. You understand? I mean, I say, you see people, no matter what you do in life,
you can't
win.
win.
You do or you don't.
You cannot win.
So, we're not trying to win.
I hope you are okay. I hope all is well. You had a hot meal for the day.
Do what we can. Because what people don't realize, there are so many things that I do personally for people where
nobody knows
about it.
Majority of the things that takes place is undercover.
I do something since week where I tell you about it and you're going to say, blur it. Like nobody knows.
But at the end of the day,
every month, every single month,
sir,
and nobody
at the end of the day,
knows.
we're not proving anything.
Exactly.
To anybody.
So you do a thing now, because you want to get some more help for you. So somebody say you do something, so they must say,
so you can get some good traction.
People say outside, I mean, I say you see people.
You know, a long time, I never look on a video, I never see nothing like that.
Yeah, man. I delete the comment, man.
Okay.
I block the person.
Good.
I don't feel no way about it.
Quick and fast.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So.
But guys, if you can contribute to the Tiger Fund, please.
If you can contribute, you can. If you can't contribute, you can't
Fine.
contribute. You don't need to. But I say people, they're free to express their views.
But I have problems, sir. Sometimes we chat too much.
But I saw it in still. You understand? We do what we do because we are able to.
And it's not as if sometimes I wouldn't have some thoughts about some things. But me know say I'm not everything good for talk.
Mm-hmm.
So some things you just don't say anything.
People can't learn self.
And in most cases, if you don't have anything good to say in situations like this, shut up.
This is what I've learned. This is one of the lessons that I've learned.
Shut the hell up.
I have a couple of books to write, you know. I have a YouTube book to write.
Shut up, man.
I want interview book for whole interview journey. But we get to that. One of the things that I have learned is that no matter what the situation is, there will be people who like it and people who don't like it for whatever reason. So you just keep it moving. We don't take nothing personal. You understand what I mean? So we just keep it moving. We just laugh and go on. Because I remember saying me was a youth to them say, can't read, you know. Me was a youth to them say we go sell bag juice and banana chips and we go try plant, you know. And come off of YouTube, you know. You understand what I mean? I say? Now me have almost 270,000 subscribers. You understand? So
yes, invest. The link is in the video, right?
yeah, man. The link is in the pinned comment and it's in the description. See? More Empress, what go on? All is well? Accompong, how you doing?
More than insensitive.
You see me? So I just saw you think, whatever you do, cause all well killer though. Enough people may say, so why you need for video and in do an interview and talk. You must say what you mean. They have to see it. All good deeds should be seen. So when them see me, they know say who not for go do things too. What? Them have to see it, man. Everything me do more on camera already there. So it kill us. Yeah, what? So that's how I think. So when, as I say, when I do things because I want to do it. I mean, I do it for nobody. You see me? And we just do things. You understand? And you know that we do multiple things about it and we just keep it moving and laugh. You see me? And we don't listen to people and things. So I think so that. Utmost, youth, what go on? All is well?
That me think.
I see some familiar faces we don't see a long time. I used to teach a local general, I used to go to school with the Empress college. You don't think of Peeps, big up on yourself, you know. Me soon again, what are them time? I not telling them me soon. So, I have an interview Sunday and that interview there will be at least 4 to 5 hours. I'm certain of it.
But you come from the interview there. I just come and bed and go and bed.
See, the interview that will be there 4 or 5 hours. The interview that will go run about 4 parts.
Then I'm just bed, go and bed and come in.
I understand.
So, make sure you carry my one chair.
So sit down.
That's one chair. Best.
You see, that's how it is. So, me soon, Tuesday, Lady Pamal, people always say teacher, we not see females. Let me explain.
Yeah, Pamal is lovely.
You see? What I've learned.
How about that explaining?
May I explain apartheid? Oh. It is always easier to treat with males than females. In many things. And I love the ladies. I don't know if I'm good with the ladies and the ladies are good with me.
Pamal was lovely, guys.
But the truth is that it is easier to... Well, I said, James, no, I didn't get to. We have a friend enough.
I give him 2 bag juice. You
yeah, but I didn't get 2 bag juice, man. No, man. No, me give him 2 bag juice. I'm a friend, man. You understand? You know, it go good. So I just saw it thing go. And who Shabba, aka Shabba gone a foreign, man. Shabba gone back up. Shabba came for the funeral of his mother-in-law again. Like, you understand what I said, DNJ? When Shabba interview for go on, go on, man. I said there's certain things that work. You see me? And thing. Woman probably feel you look them. No, man. No, you know. Oh, I say I mean in general, but no. But it's just a thing that I have learned along the journey. I'm saying in the book, I'm going to write about them things here. I when Scotty interview me.
Guys, tune in Tuesday for Lady Pamal.
The lovely Pam Hall.
A lovely woman. Yes, a lovely woman. Look a bit more stitch now. Come on back with
Yeah. But I was going with her, you know. Nice, yeah.
Lovely lady. So stay tuned for that one Tuesday night.
We need to start edit that one again.
Yes, invest in my song. When which you sing and me what about? Which you me artist, man. Lovely song.
You know when you listen to the choir?
Which you me what?
What you always say?
Oh, so you see? Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth
speaks. People, big up on yourself. Appreciate the support of the people. If you're here for the first time, welcome. You understand what I say? For all the people who are there day in, day out, we appreciate the support. You understand what I say? For the people who are gone and come back, big up on yourself. For the people who are planning for left, walk good. You understand? Heart of love. I can't find my orchard, so big up on yourself.
Yes, so you mean you just go to your bed? I'm not saying your bed from about 2
invest. Be careful out in the streets and the youth. And we appreciate the service to the nation. You hear, sir? Blessings, man. Peeps, walk good.
Oh, you can't find
Step with Jah.
Whitey?
Nah, man, the orchard and the intro.
You can't find nothing in scene. Why you not lost yourself?
I'm too big.
I'm going to head big.
Man, remember I say, the rest of my body balance weird, man.
You think so?
I see it. I look at myself.
I get on measuring tape.
Yeah, son.
Who that taxi
Class over. But Jaron ain't easy. Man, at 7:30, me I stream and I read that. How do I do an next call in stream?
If Ruel go up
Monday?
JC Monday, we have to do a call in stream Monday night.
So we have to do call in stream Monday night. Because JC will go back to her. Ruel will go back to her.
I don't believe that. I refuse to believe that.
I refuse to believe that. The banks of justice are bank of Martin Luther King, so that's something next door. We're gone. Please, big up on yourself. Miss Sony.
Bye guys, see you.
I can't find my orchard, so I want to big up on yourself. I know where they. I've got to search back for. Actually, I clean up my computer.
I got things you have to look for, brother.
As Bushman said, computer.
What Bushman call it?
Yeah. Computer. Yeah.
Bushman.
Bushman. Nah, yeah, man. Bushman. Big up on yourself. Rosie!
Good night, Rosie.
A place where you live must cold, you know. Look at man.
At Christmas, right?
I tell me the sun is shining. Every sun is shining in a fair place. Finish. Big up on yourself. Gone. I miss my inch, you know.
Yeah, and you look in there. Thanks for watching.
Right, that. I don't know why it is. I play it just black. See, low key at fire. No, I don't know it.
So, you know.